with you. Let's bring in Tofa Momo, who is standing by as well to tell us what's happening where he is. Tofa, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, friends.
Tofa, good morning. Where are you currently, and what's the situation there? Lugbe 009.
Exactly.
Look, it's
Just
quite
very close to the police campus.
okay. Good. What's the situation there? It's quite noisy. I can tell that there's a lot of people there. What's the situation?
The situation here is not that different from a lot of other places around town, in the sense that I have a very large collection of crowds here waiting patiently. Only security personnel are on ground. There are no INEC officials here, and they are just here waiting for arrival of our materials so that our voting can commence. But for now, nothing is going on here.
The INEC officials are on ground.
Crowd waiting.
The INEC officials are there.
No, not at all.
No INEC official, just security operatives there.
Just security operatives. They range from Nigerian police force and some men of the
Tofa.
All right.
Tofa, we lost you for a bit. Can you speak to any of the people there who are already getting set to vote? So
I have a voter here with me.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, sir?
It's Emmanuel.
It's Emmanuel.
I'm the reporter here at 009 polling unit, which is here in Lugbe. And we've been here since they said to come out around 8, at least 8:30 they should have been here, but we've been here. People are, at least, some of them are, I don't know if these are INET staff, but they are here taking names just to make us be in sort of line.
When did you arrive? When did you arrive at that polling unit? Oh, we lost connection with Tofa there. We're trying to reconnect with him as well. Barrister AA, this is what's going on. Nigerians are excited, coming out in droves, coming out in their numbers to participate in the process, but then they meet a disappointment at the polling unit. How do you think this would make the voters feel? Because I've heard that some voters are already going back home.
Yes, this is okay. Let me tell you this. Over the years, I've witnessed couple of elections in Nigeria by my age, and I know that at every point in time, we are never too ready for election. We are yet to get to a stage where it is stress-free and effortlessly, seamlessly possible to elect our leaders without staccatos. I think in the 21st century, when nations are going to the moon, we should have evolved a more, workable system that has little human inputs as much as practicable, so that we can move with the world. I think this our traditional approach to election is, number one, very expensive, number two, very demanding, number three, very, human capital intensive. So, and all this plays out in the outcome of the election. There's no election we ever held in Nigeria that has 70% turnout of the voters. Never, not even 50% as time to be corrected. So I think we need to evolve a system that can work for everybody effortlessly, seamlessly, and engender popular participation. I think 2023, INEC should hit the ground running immediately after this election and start thinking outside the box. Try as much as possible to eliminate human participation in the electoral process to a manageable, comfortable position. Today nearly everyone has this Android phone. By this morning, some people were showing me text messages from INEC telling them where their polling units are.
Yeah.
This is something you should have known like 2 weeks ago. It shouldn't be now.
Absolutely, Barrister. Hold on, thoughts. Let's hear from Tofa some more. Tofa.
Hello, Daniel.
Tofa, good to have you.
So, Mr. Ephraim here, I still have Mr. Ephraim with me here.
Okay.
He's talking now, giving details of the situation report as witnessed by him here this morning.
Yes, Mr. Ephraim, you were telling us what time you arrived at the polling unit and what it is that the people are feeling.
I got here by at most 7:30.
7:30 in the
Yeah,
morning.
that is. Yes, and well, I thought that was a little too early, but then I got here and then there were already some people here waiting and in queue, taking their names, putting their names down on a list that I think should be used to call in the voters. The problem is most people here have their polling is changed. So they come here and then they just realize this is exactly the polling unit. You have to begin to find a new polling unit. These changes must have happened 2 days before today also. So they didn't even get to know about it until today on getting to the unit here.
So is the voter register in display at the polling units?
It is not. We are still outside the premises. We are queued outside the premises. I think we have to go into the primary school. But the gate is still locked at the moment.
The gate is still locked. No one is there. So what is the feeling of the people? How are people reacting to this?
Well, from what I see here, not so much satisfaction yet, not so much worry, because I think the Nigerians are eager to do what they have to do to change what has been their plight over these years. So I think people are just here patiently waiting, not so much worry. Apart from that, you have to go to other units and have to struggle to go there. So that's the only issue I think I have when we're looking at right.
Okay, Mr. Ephraim, thank you very much for sharing that with us. So far,
Thank you. Hello, Danny.
so far, we would be reaching you again to see what the situation is, if it's improved, and I hope that all is well there and Nigerians are safe. Waiting on INEC to arrive at that polling unit.
All right.
Thank you very
Are we
much.
calling the relay down happening in a whole lot of other places shortly?
We'll be interested in that as well. Thank you very much so far, Momo. Eagles FM correspondent reporting from Lugbe. Axis will join Innocent, who is also on
up-to-date
on the
analysis
streets trying to
and
find
great
out what it is that's happening
analysts
in
on the elections.
around
Don't
the
miss it.
Lugbe Axis. Innocent is going to be joining us shortly. Let's see what it is that he has to let us in on around that area. Well, again, Barrister, before we come
Elections
to
are
come
here.
back to you on
The candidates are slugging it
technology. We're talking about technology and how INEC could have leveraged on technology
out at the polls
to make elections
Eagles
easier
102.3 FM
We'll bring in
Abuja.
Innocent, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Where are you currently and what's the
to bring
situation
you
there?
up-to-date analysis on the
Okay, I just left the Apple Primary School right now, and the situation there is that there's no INEC officials on ground. Nothing has been put in place. It's just people
Eagles
writing
FM
down
Abuja
their
will
name
take you through
so that
it.
they can see how
Great
when the INEC
Join
officials come in,
Eagles
they'll
FM
know how
election chatroom
it will be
anchors
seamless for
from
them.
6 a.m. to
Well,
9
at the
p.m.
Apple-
daily as they bring you
what's the-
Well,
up-to-date
and also at the
analysis
Apple
and
resettlement
great
area, there's no
analysts
there's no
on the
INEC officials on ground yet.
Don't
At
miss
the High Court in Apple, there's no official, and also the Apple Primary Healthcare Zone B, there's no officials on ground yet.
What is the voter turnout like?
The
Are people
elections
coming
are
out
here.
in their numbers,
The
or is
candidates
this,
are
is this
slugging it
scanty?
out at the polls.
Yes, people are coming out in their numbers. It's the crowd itself is even massive compared to the Abuja primary election that was conducted last
Local
previous.
area council elections,
Yes.
So there's more people
the
out
turnout
now.
is really massive.
and no officials there
Hello?
as well.
No officials as well.
Have anyone tried to reach them or get across to INEC in that area?
Well, it's just the police officers that were there. I tried speaking to some of them, and they refused to communicate with me to know what's on ground for the officials to be on ground to start the voter process.
Okay, Innocent will reach you again and hope that at that time INEC officials would have arrived at those units. Thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so the situation is almost the same in
Eagles
most parts of the
FM
country, most
Abuja
parts
will
of
take
the-
you
of
through it
FCT.
with in-depth analysis and
We're talking about technology.
Yes.
INEC has devolved, of the beavers, saying it's going to be the game changer. As it is, we're not seeing that. The situation has really changed. Even with the, with the what do you call it now, adoption of beavers. technology could have been leveraged on a higher level or on a higher scale, like you mentioned, to see that things actually work better during the elections. These kinds of reports where people are coming out in their numbers and are unable to perform their civic responsibility doesn't just speak well. Perhaps we should get to the point where Nigerians can vote from any part of the country seamlessly.
It's a possibility. Technology is evolving. With 176,606 polling units across the country, with PVC, 87.2 million PVC collected already, and election ought to have started by 8:30. The process by 8:30 and close at 3:30, if I'm right.
2:30.
2:30.
Yes.
Now, I am looking at the capacity, the possibility of being able to accommodate 87 million voters in that short time. This is a human angle, like you're talking about. That look, we could do better than we are doing now. Beavers need human beings to operate it. So there should be choice between me coming out to vote and me voting from the comfort of my room without having to go through all the stress. If I want to partake in the physical voting, yes, I can, but I should be able to equally devolve. A system should evolve where I can vote without, even when taking a cup of coffee or a camo, without stress. So these are technologically viable today. So, and I think we can deploy technology at a level that the world is not now, and think we can attain the global standard of where the world is. So, there must be concerted effort on both the government and INEC, especially, to think outside the box. I know it's a possibility. I believe this is possible. Give them the amount of money we're throwing to the human angle, the honorarium, the transportation, the fueling, the security. We can cut short all those costs by deploying technology. I wouldn't know how much. I can't name the figure, but I know for this election, INEC is spending billions of naira.
Absolutely.
And so that billions of naira can be halved by technology. And technology will give us fast, furious, and effective voting pattern. So, because if this is happening in Abuja, like you said, I'm confused what will happen in Bulunkutu, what will happen in Akuku Igbo, what will happen. Keep naming the other part where it's not the epicenter of popular participation in democracy. So I think we need to evolve a system that works for everybody, not just a system that works.
Not just a system that works, but one that works
for everybody as much as possible.
Yes, this some of the certain things that are happening for the first time. The Electoral Act will be tested in this round of election. The beavers would also be deployed for the first time in a general election in the country. But then you mentioned something, the voting from the comfort of your home. In Kenya, the last election, there were diaspora voting. Nigerians have a lot of citizens in the diaspora, people who would have loved to participate in the process but cannot even participate in the process because, well, we're not allowing that. Do you think what does you think we need to look at as we go towards the 2027 election?
1999, when we hit the fourth democratic dispensation, we started on the rough scale. By 2003, 2007, and 2015. 2019 and now 2023. I agree, it's an evolving system, it's a growth pattern, but do we need to reinvent the wheels? Do we need to reinvent penicillin? Can't we catch up where the world is now instead of going to where the world left? Now, most Nigerians, let me tell you something that happened at my polling unit. I met young and vibrant Nigerian who somebody said, I am coming here with 3 million yards of patience. I'm ready to wait out their excesses until I vote. That is a new nomenclature in voting pattern in Nigeria. Young, virile Nigerians are seeing their need to participate in the electoral process. I think INEC can key in on this popular participation. You are talking of 38 million voters between the age of 18 and 32, if I'm right.
Yes.
Now,
35.
35. So imagine able to accommodate this class of, enlightened, sophisticated, technical savvy class.
Young and energetic.
Young energetic Nigerians. We can evolve a system as, okay, age so to so, you can vote from. Those are the enlightened class of our generation. So age so who cannot deploy technology, you can go and vote at so place. So you've taken away a large chunk of human angle to voting. It's very simple.
And in the hinterlands, when there's no
technology practical voting can take place. So, but in the urban and semi-urban areas where you have the educated, the enlightened, and technical savvy group, deploy technology to sort them out. So you have lesser number of people to concentrate on.
Very well.
This is doable.
It's very doable.
This is very doable.
Let's reach out to Danny again, who has been waiting on the line to see what's happening, or let us in on what's happening at the Kubwa axis. Well, bringing us that report that no INEC official was on ground at his polling unit, or the first polling unit. It's quite not surprising, considering the fact that every other area we've gotten reports from, no one is saying anything different. Danny, thank you again for reconnecting with us.
Yes, so at Army Estate 2, the one inside the Army Estate, voting is about to start. The INEC officials have seated, and they'll soon begin accreditation and then voting. The beavers have been shown to party members and observers to see that it's 000.
Okay.
And the assistant presiding officer has addressed everyone, and everyone is orderly. Actually, the INEC officials said that they transported themselves here.
Whoa.
So I was asking them why their counterparts not here at the other polling unit, the one where I'm actually voting. They said, well, they actually transferred themselves here. That is why they are here by this time. And also, the people here are actually coordinating themselves. Party agents are here, and things are moving smoothly. They are attending to an elderly man now. I think they will run the elderly, the nursing and pregnant women, the physically challenged, first, before they move on to other people.
Okay, so we understand that in this round of election, accreditation and voting would go on simultaneously. Is that what they're doing?
Yes, once you're accredited, you move to take your ballot, you go to the secret cubicle, you vote, and you drop it in the boxes. All boxes have been marked: presidential, senatorial, and House of Reps. Okay. Red, black, and green, and they're transparent boxes.
Okay.
So once you sit down, you are accredited. You take your ballot from the officer who gives you the ballot. You move to the cubicle, you cast your votes, you come to the boxes and drop your vote. Now, in this polling unit, there are over 300 accredited registered voters in this Army Estate 2. And the INEC official told us that there are over 300. And I think she called the number 300 and something. I didn't get that number. But she said at the end of everything, we'll all be here to count it, and everyone will see that there are no discrepancies.
Very well. So what's the security situation like in that axis?
So for here it's calm, and things are just beginning to pick up. You have party agents. You have seen that of PDP, Labour Party, and the APC as well. We also have an observer here. We've seen a couple of observers here as well, and things are just going smoothly. And the first person is about to get accredited now, an elderly man who's been accredited now as I speak to you. When he does, he will move on to get his ballot, and then he will move on to cast his votes.
Very well. It's good that things are moving on well there. At least they've started the process. I'll commence the process at that unit. Would also love to know what it is that is happening at the other units where you might be voting later on as well. Danny, thank you very much for this update.
Yeah, so for Gwagwalada, Gwagwalada, the place where there are no officials, it's called Custom College Polling Unit, and it's actually a new polling unit. And they were told, and they are saying that they are very small in number. They're not plenty, and they're wondering why the EOs and the officials are not there. It's Custom College Polling Unit in Gwagwalada. Custom College Unit.
Thank you. Would also please keep tabs with that unit and let us know what's happening in that area. Would love to know, since it's a little out of the city center. Thank you very much, Daniel Wamboso, correspondent, Eagles FM at the Kubwa area. Thank you very much for the update. And well, INEC officials having to transport themselves INEC was approved a budget of over 300 billion to conduct the elections. The INEC chairman had said a few days ago that logistics had been taken care of. The CBN had even given them, the cash that's required for just yesterday at the briefing for the running arounds that they would need cash for. So there shouldn't be any problem. That's what he assured Nigerians. Now the INEC officials are saying that they transported themselves. What do you make of this?
Well, we're still talking about the same thing, the human angle. I keep reiterating. See, you can't put something on nothing. We need to be practical in things we do, especially defining moments like this. This tells us who we are and what we can be. So my point of argument is this: you have to make provision for the human element in the electoral process to leave point A to point B.
I'm also worried because the INEC said they had an agreement or an arrangement with the National Union of Road Transport Workers
to move materials, not human beings.
Well, they said they would be moving personnel as well.
Now, the personnel that will be moving the material is even subjecting. These are security materials. This can be truncated by the daredevils. So, let me tell you something. In 2019, I was at the airport, Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, and I witnessed, the discharge of the electoral materials that came from both within and without. Massive containers of documents. I asked myself, after the vote, what happens to the papers? We spend billions of naira in printing these security documents. No nation does that anymore. Because after the election, what happens to the documents? They are destroyed or they are left in the warehouse. We can recycle them. So we need to think outside box. Technology, I keep saying, can be a change for the electoral processing. Because the papers you printed, the thumb-printed papers today, what happens to them after the election? Yes, you keep them in case there are litigations. Assuming but not considering that there's no litigation. After 4 years, what do you do with the documents? So we should evolve a system that makes it easier for people and for those who run the system to work.
But perhaps we'll get there because no one ever thought that we'll get to that day where Nigerians will be, transmitting electronic results electronically
on voting itself.
Perhaps we'll get to electronic voting someday. That brings me to talk about, vote buying. If we had electronic voting, maybe the issue of vote buying would be a thing of the past.
Simple.
Who knows? Or maybe the politicians would also evolve to paying using technology.
Then that would be, that would be a bit more, sorry, not better, but they won't be rubbing it in our faces. What you don't know don't hurt you. What you don't know, even in the climate where you think elections are super, organized, they are vote buy-ins, but they do it with some measure of, respect and honor, because vote buying might not necessarily be in cash transmission. Even for me to convince you to vote for my party, I'm probably buying you over. But then again, you're not doing it for value of, fiscal naira and kobo. So I think, we need to seriously start thinking immediately after today's election, because with 87.2 million voters, I don't see how we can accommodate all the voters in a couple of hours, having lost almost an hour plus already. As at the moment I left my polling booth, there is no single INEC official, no security men, nobody except the voters who are taking charge of the voting. In my own estate, where there's another polling unit, everybody, all the residents are outside waiting to participate. And on my way to the studio here, I see a couple of other polling units with people standing and no election process going on.
All right, looking at the situation, we see that the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has just cast his vote in Yola, Adamawa State, and that's quite interesting. It seems like there's the priority people who INEC takes, serious concern for.
The contestants.
The contestants, because you would always see them vote on time. Judging by, in Anambra, for instance, we saw a situation where the candidates voted really late into the election. We saw the current governor voting at about 2 p.m. on election day. So maybe that counters the argument as to whether there's the priority areas. But then looking at the way that it's going today with the FCT as a case study, how would you rate the performance or the outing in this round of election?
Well, so far so good. It's not been very impressive, I must say, because this is my country. I don't have any other country, and we don't need to pamper ourselves with, say it well so that you can be applauded. The reality is, the human angle, I keep saying, should have been well managed by INEC. I don't know the number of ad hoc staff they hired, but I know that it's massive number. But then again, knowing fully well that these are the critical factor in the electoral process, they should have been managed well in such a way that definitely wherever you are residing, you must be at your polling units by 7 o'clock.
One of the things one concern that was raised by INEC, and myself, I've been thinking about it, considering the fact that most Nigerians and their parents, especially, maybe telling their wards and children not to participate or do the ad hoc work, because I had a situation where a friend of mine was calling his sister to say, look, whatever INEC is going to pay you to go and do this ad hoc work that you want to do, I would pay you, just don't go. So could this be one of the reasons that's affecting, the presence of INEC at polling units? Like your human factor again that you mentioned, many people are saying, we don't know what's going to happen. You're serving in a strange land. Do not go out on election day. Do not participate in that process. Whatever it is, we're going to take care of it. Stay back.
Yes. Okay. Again, that is our peculiar situation as people. We have this challenge about security that we're seemingly not doing anything so serious about. And yet we want to do something serious, and then you want people to take us serious on a serious situation. Now, I think we have to do the election, one way or the other. But again, I'm not very comfortable with the security preparation for the staffs that's going to manage the election across the nation. There's some places, for somebody who is an ad hoc staff in Abuja or he's on El Dorado, but I won't say it for the same for mine of my brother or child in Imo State, or probably in Anambra, or probably in Adamawa, or in Yobe, or in Borno State. There are flashpoints, yes. But how much effort had been put to douse the tension there?
The IGP was saying yesterday that they've identified these flashpoints, and that there are the adequate security, put in place, and the personnel have been briefed on the situation of those places, and they're adequately ready. They're ready and prepared to handle those areas. Should that boost the confidence of those who are voting in those areas and those who are working as ad hoc staff in those areas?
In my place, there's a saying: the Friday that will be good, from Thursday. Preparation towards the election. We had this staccato of INEC offices being bound, people being told not to come out on a particular day for the election, and there have been no consequences to those who did that. So how am I, as an average citizen who is ready to put his life on the line on assurances that are not comfortable, not assuring? So I think people will have good cause not to dare the devils, since the angels cannot protect them. So whatever the IG said, whatever the security apparatchiks are saying, the reality on the ground is that people are not comfortable with that assurance, with those assurances. And because people are not comfortable, it will take a daredevil or a super patriot to say, I'm putting my life on the line for their nation called Nigeria.
Speaking more on security, we see just a few hours to the elections, a candidate, been attacked and killed in Enugu State. The senatorial candidates for Enugu East senatorial district being killed, burnt and killed. And the police are saying that around the same time, simultaneous attacks happened on other candidates. Isn't it taking us back to like the 2003 and the even pre 1999, the kind of elections that we used to have back then, where candidates were at each other, maiming and killing each other. We also saw a situation in Kogi State yesterday where a candidate was locked out of the
electoral process. By sudden,
that to me is a big issue, considering the fact that this is national infrastructure that was destroyed in the name of we don't want INEC materials or INEC officials getting to this opponent's stronghold, or even elections happening in this our opponent's stronghold. What kind of election? Isn't this taking us back, in fact, even before the years of the Fourth Republic?
Well, maybe you're putting it more lightly. You've been kind with words. I would say we're going prehistoric. Prehistoric era, where people don't think like people.
Mundane things happen.
That is very low in character, in personality, in thinking, in rationality. That is outright irrationality. That's for important national assignment as election. You'll have to destroy national assets because you want to make it's terrible. And this is because there are no consequences for actions and inactions in Nigeria. No sane society would tolerate that kind of behavior from its leadership. It's something that we should all condemn in strongest terms. You are truncating people's will. You are truncating people's right to decide who their leaders and representatives should be. That is criminal. Protection of the law for you or against you because you are holding a position.
Do you think that this immunity clause should be abrogated from the laws?
Like right now, it does not serve the purpose intended by the formulators of the Constitution. We are abusing that immunity clause. We are misusing it. We are not ripe for such. In fact, we don't even need it. Just like the argument against state police. Imagine that kind of person who has the capacity to destroy the roads simply because he doesn't want election to take place in his opponent's enclave. If that person has the state police, he will deploy that apparatus to truncate election in that area. So this, when people argue for, state police, I tend to look at the actors in the political era, in the political scenario. Are they that matured? Are they that responsible? Are they that patriotic enough to respect other people's rights without abusing it? In 21st century, you are burning a human being alive. That is
absolutely barbaric.
That is precursor to anarchy. And nothing is happening. Nothing will happen. Go and write it down. There will be no consequences. And so we are in 21st century and living like we are in Stone Age. There should be consequences for our action and inaction as people. Our respect for lawlessness is superhuman. It's unprecedented anywhere in the world. There's no nation, no country in the world where an outright disrespect for rule of law, is so acceptable like Nigeria. And that is why we are where we are today. That's why nothing works for us. That's why everything works against us. Until our leaders and the followers take rule of law serious. Rule of law, even the good Lord himself, when he created the world, what did he do? He gave it law. That means you cannot run a society without law. How come we all sat down and agree this is our law? These are our rules, and we throw it to dustbin at every time we need to.
Perhaps we didn't sit down to agree on this is our laws because
it doesn't matter.
People say this constitution was forced on us, by the military.
This is not the constitutional issue. Even if we all agree on the law, and we all agree to disagree, we all agree to disrespect the law, then what is the value of our sitting down to agree on the law? I've told this joke in several places. A Nigeria went to Rwanda. After 3 months, he ran back. His argument? Rwanda is too organized for him to live in. Isn't that annoying? So we need to take our rule of law serious as people. We need, people, this lackadaisical approach to what is right and what is wrong is what is leading us to where we are today. There should be, governance, and the people being governed must synergize. We must know that the reason why you are able to canvass for votes, be voted for, and then elected is because a process called law and order was in place. Otherwise, if there is lawlessness, there would no need for election. So the mightier, the strongest will come and say, okay, after I kill 1, 2, 3, 10 to 100 people, then I emerge their leader. But then, because we want a process, that is why election is put in place. How come it is easier for us to follow the process of election, but it's not possible for us to follow the process of governance?
That's a big question.
We follow the due process in getting expression of interest form, do the party primary, get this, get that, present all your biodata, fill forms, do all the needful, come out campaign, voted for, process of voting is put in place, you must go to the polling booth, you must queue up, you must do this. All these processes are respected. But once power goes to their hand, then you throw all this process into dustbin. And you become immunity. And then even the common man on the road who does not have immunity to believe he can fault the law, he can misbehave and get somebody to protect him who has immunity. I remember a case of a woman that was burnt in Kogi. Let's be specific. Up till now, we don't know what happened to the perpetrator. It has been swept under the carpet, and you can name hundreds of killings like that. People were arrested for mayhem and no consequence. After some time, the political godfathers will come and bail them out, and no society will thrive on lawlessness and attain greatness.
No society will thrive on lawlessness and attain greatness. A good place to, take a pause. Conversation will continue. I see some of you itching to join the conversation. Don't worry. Right up to now, we'll bring you in. We have, we still have to make money even if it's election day. So keep it with us on your radio experience. You can count on.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
There's no end to this music, bro.
To answers from heaven radio broadcast. Your host is one of African finest preacher and teacher, Apostle Dr. Gospel Ujol. Dr. Ujol is the senior pastor of Champion Faith Assembly. Dr. Ujol has taken the gospel to Africa, Europe, Canada, including the United States of America. Sit tight as we join the servant of God in this great service. Already in progress. Happy listening. God bless you.
Hello, my people. How are they? And our friend don't come again from Champion Faith Assembly to tell you, say, no matter what you go through, everything will be all right. And on our friend from Champion Faith Assembly, come my name now, God's Power Ujo, Apostle God's Power Ujo, that be my name. And God sent me make a call tell you, say, no matter what you go through, everything will be all right. And sometimes when you see the way your life they go, you see the way things they be. Sometimes you go there, they cry. Sometimes you go there, your heart go heavy. People don't really know exactly what you they go through, but only you know what you they go through. And the thing they bother you for mind. And God say make I tell you, say no matter what the matter be, God go perfect what it concern you. And his name go they glorify. God go do for you what the man not go do for you. Amen. Okay, make you call your friends now. Tell them say, make them connect to me now because God won't talk to us today. So that what God won't tell us, we go take the matter serious. And you see, what I want to talk to you about today, and that be what you they call choice. And now to the choose. When you know if they put 2 things or 3 things, you will get to choose. This life, it they full with choices. Where you did today so, where you did for life today so, and because of the choices where you make yesterday, and I bring you come where you did today for life. The whether now the person where you marry, or the work where you they work, or the school where you go, the course when you read, everything when they get to do with choice. Now the choices where we make, now they affect us, whether now positively or now negatively. Everything get to do with choice. The choice will be say we make. Even for Nigeria now, say election time don't reach. And I say we want to choose again. We go make choices. Every time you must make choice. Now so life be. Life, you don't maybe in the way we say you go must choose. You go must choose whether you like or not. But when we small, when we dey grow, we know the fit choose. Our parents choose some things for us, some friends choose some things for us. Even for life self, they don't say if you never reach 18 years, you not go fit, they not go allow you make you drive. But children these days they drive, only God know they drive. They say if you not reach 18 years, you not go fit vote. Why? Because they feel say if you dey less than 18, you never get better sense to take no waiting to choose. Well, but that be so life be again. Nowadays, our children they choose. Say technology, social media, all these many things. They affect life. So as you did there, so some of you now did there. So things the way you don't know, but your children know them. Your children know them. Your children they Facebook, they Instagram, they TikTok. They get some self when say even me self I don't know, but the children they know them. And because they did there, it means that the children they make choices every day. Now so life don't be. You must make choice. But the most important choice when they important pass. Now the choice when you make them. If you make that choice, whether you make or you not make, because that choice, even if you not make choice, that's the choice. You only tell yourself, say, I'm not going to make choice. That now also not choice. But that choice is not the choice of eternity. Because whether you agree or you not agree, whether you like or you not like, one day you go close your eyes, you not go open again. You go close them to death. Whether you get money way full everywhere, whether you not get anything, whether now you find pass, whether you not find all those things don't mean, all those things don't matter. Because when that day come, when you close your eyes to death, that day, the choice when you make, when you dare alive, I go affect you. Many people they listen to me. They busy, they run around, they look for money, they run around, they look for marriage, they run around to get political power. They forget, say, one thing na eternity. One day you go just close your eyes and that is it. You not go fit come back again, say you won't come repent, you won't come change. Now when you dey alive, now you dey make that choice. Make I read one place for Bible for you first. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 19. Deuteronomy 30 verse 19. As we do one before, I go take Oyibo to read them. I go come back, go take this our lingua franca to hammer it to make it reach out. Deuteronomy 30:19 say, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. You hear what I read? He said, God does say, he says, see, I put for your front life, I put for your front death, I put for your front blessing, I put for your front cursing, but make you choose life. You see, don't let God they set exam, he go give you the answer. He says CACB, but the answer na A. The answer na A. But even plus that, when God say choose life, people still they choose death. People say they choose the kind of way where they won't live. People say they go the way they say God no want. I don't know who you be, but God say make I God tell you, this life where you they live, so the life not be everlasting for this place. So no, this life will end for you. People they die every day now. In fact, these days death not they be by age again. No. So you need to day now take give your life over to God. You need to day now take surrender your life to God. What do you define? See, Jesus died for you. He died for you. He died for your sin. If you don't give your life to Jesus, your sin, he go die against you, and you go hell. What they go let you go here when Jesus already died for you? Make I read the book of John. John chapter 3 from verse 15. It says, I could take Oyibo to reader, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Verse 16. For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Verse 17. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Look verse 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not on him is condemned already. believe in Jesus, it no matter what you get. It no matter what they call you. It no matter how much you get for bank. Whether you carry passport, they travel all over the world. Whether you find passport, whether you do anything passport, it no matter. As long as you don't believe in Jesus, the Bible says you are condemned already. What now? Jesus died for you now. Now very simple thing. Accept him. Let him make it come into your life. Don't say you won't give your life to him so that your sins go wash them away. It no matter what you do, be listen. Whether you be alcoholic, or whether you be prostitute, or whether you dey cult, or whether you be ritualist, or whether you don't kill people, it no get what you do when you no go fit dey saved. Now your choice. That's why the Bible say make you choose to let Jesus come into your life, because he died for you. What could let you die your own death? What could let you go air fire when Jesus already died for you? It not make sense now. No, Jesus already paid the price for your sin. You can't take your two eyes, go air fire. Say because you dey pursue politics, because you won't join court, or because you won't make money, you won't do Yahoo, or you what thing you dey pursue? Forget that thing. Give your life to Jesus, because if you don't make this right choice now, you don't know when you will get the opportunity again. Make the choice today. Give your life to Jesus today. Surrender to Jesus today. And make us still take this time to talk, because we don't reach voting time from Nigeria. I be pastor and not the politician, but make a talk. You see, the most important card when you get as a Nigerian, the most important document when you get, not be your international passport, not be your birth certificate, not be your driving license, not be ATM card. Your most important document now your voters card. Your voters card now be your most important document when you get as a Nigerian. Now you go fit take that one to make choice for this election. And make you vote wisely. And then they tell you who to vote for, who not to vote for. I be I be spiritual father. All the political party that they come to me, I they tell them exactly what I feel. You need to be sure. You need to be certain. You need to don't make up your mind. Say, yes, I belong to Christ. You see, Jesus Christ died for you. They put him for grave. He rose again. Only Jesus died or rise. He rise again from the dead. He dey alive today, forevermore. He's still there. Give your life to Jesus. Make that choice. The Bible says, you see, it says, if you not believe, you are condemned already. If you not believe, you are condemned already. I pray for you. Listen, make I tell you something. You see, during Christmas or New Year, you see poetry. You know poetry. Those are they do poetry. When Christmas time they reach or New Year time they reach, they feed all the fowl. They feed the fowl. They feed the fowl. Make the fowl fat. They not they feed the fowl say because they like the fowl. No. They not they feed them because say they won't make the fowl make it because they don't fall in love with the fowl. They feed them to sell them. They feed them to kill them. If you not believe in Jesus, whether you get money or whether you get police position, all those things where the devil they give you now for destruction, it not matter anything. The most important decision where you could take for this life now to give your life to Christ, to let Jesus come into your life. No worry, nobody could do anything. Those where they threaten you, if you give your life to Christ, they go kill you, you go fail. Nobody. The Bible says who they talk make it come to pass when God never talk. Today, make that choice. You not go regret that. I don't make that choice many years ago. Till today, are they happy? Say I belong to Jesus. You want to make a okay? Make a pray for you. Say this word after me. Say, my Father, I believe. Say Jesus died for me. I believe. Say for my sake he rise again. I open my heart, my Father. Make Jesus come into my life. Jesus enter my life. Take over my life. Be my Lord. Be my Savior. Remove my name from the book of death. Make you write my name for your book of life. Thank you, Jesus, when you take save me now. Thank you, Jesus. Take over my life today. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Oh, I'm happy. If you pray that prayer, I pray because that prayer when I prayed many years ago till today, I believe say Jesus did my life and I did very happy about that. And many churches did all over the place. Good churches. May you enter anyone. Tell them say you listen to Apostle Gospel Ujo. You don't come there, come worship God. Listen, but I dey pray, make God lead you to the right place, because in this generation, not be everywhere you see Bible, not be God there. Not be every house when get cross be church. Or if they tell you what is some people they do church, you go fear. But I pray, make God lead you go the right place. Better churches full everywhere. Some a very good one. You know, it not mean say when you come to my church, that be only good one. No, other churches still good. Good one when near you. Tell them say you listen to me. You don't come there. But if you want to come worship with me, okay, make I give invitation and make I tell you. Our church now, City of Life, Champion Faith Assembly. It there for along Kobe Road. Kobe Road now one place where they there for Baduma. Baduma Hills, now one small village when they between Guzape and Asokoro. Now there we dey. Powerful place. Now hill, our church the top of hill. If you come there, you go like her. Now glass we take build and the place fine. Make it try come. God go bless you as you come. If you don't know the where Baduma is there, if you don't know where Kobe Road there, if you know SAS Junction, Abattoir, you know where Abattoir there, or you know AYA, even if you know Abacha Bridge, if you stop for those places, also SAS Junction, AIA, tell any bike Okada say, make them lead you, say they go City of Life along Kobe Road, they go carry you come. Or if you want to Google them now, City of Life, Champion Faith International Ministry. Google Maps go carry you come. Okay, now go, I won't go so, but no carry that thing when the bother you, no carry and go bed, no carry and sleep. Talk to me about her now. Test me. Make we pray about her or call me 080 23 08 3208. That's Airtel 080 23 08 3208. Or may you call the MTN 080 33 590 580 080 33 590 580. Okay, now go at those, but tomorrow service na 9 o'clock for morning if you choose to come. My name na Gospel Ujo. Make you not forget, say as long say God na God, nobody will change your destiny. I love you. God go bless you.
Blessed to the ministry of Apostle Dr. Gospel Uja for prayer and counseling. Contact Dr. Ujal on 080-230-83208 or 080-335-90580. My God, you can drop him a email Apostle Uja at yahoo.com. Visit Champion Faith Assembly on Sunday morning 7:30, where you can listen to Dr. Uja live. Remember, when you are down to nothing, God is up to something. God bless you. Rigor.
When I need a helping hand, someone to understand me. Yes. When I need someone.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Hello, tell your friends and family, tell everyone you know that Eagles FM Abuja will keep you up to date with all of the happenings in the 2023 general elections. From the presidential to the senatorial to the Federal House of Representatives, governorship, State House of Reps, the conversation is intense, the analysis is precise, and you don't want to miss any of the news. Stay tuned to Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja for all the updates, and join our anchors as well as our analysts. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of this.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Primary school polling unit. As you can see, the INEC officials are not around yet, and accreditation and this thing has not started yet. So we are still waiting and hoping. That's the situation. The accreditation has not started, and voters are yet to.
The country as to what's happening. I have with me this morning analyzing the situation and the 2023 election, Barrister Abdul Rahman Ahmed Al Bushra joining me in the studio. You too can be a part of the conversation. Feel free. Let us know what's happening at your polling units. Let us know what it is that's happening around your neighborhood as pertains to the election. Please, credible, verifiable information is what we and is what we would require of you. Okay, make sure that what you're saying to us is factual and that That's true to what it is that you're saying to us this morning. The numbers to call 09073530044 and 09087668888. Now, Mr. Abushra, let's talk about the continuing from where we left off, the vote buying issue. The EFCC intercepted 32 million naira yesterday. Another person was arrested with close to $500,000 yesterday in Rivers State. These sums in cash. People carrying around these sums in cash. Meanwhile, Nigerians in the last few weeks have experienced terrible cash crunch. One of the reasons given for that is that, it would curb vote buying. Would you say that that policy has lived up to, the reason for which it was put in place?
Well, we're very good at circumventing the law in this country. We always find our way out of the way. Out of no way, Nigerians will create a way. But I think, it's not enough that these people are or were arrested. I want us to elevate our consequence management to probably not the global standard, but something close to that. We manage our consequences very badly. And that is why disrespect for rule of law becomes our signpost. I want to see the people arrested going through the process of the law, arraigned in court. They have their days in court, and sanctions meted out to them as a lesson and as a deterrent for others people to follow the suits. But hold it there. Go and write it down today. In 2027, I hope you're going to be alive. I'll ask you what happened to these people. Nothing will happen. So, and because nothing will happen, some other people will do it because they know nothing will happen. Go and write it down. I pray we are alive in 2027. I'll ask you, suspect A, B, C, D, E, F to Z and above who were arrested for electoral violation, what happened to them? How many of them had faced the rule of law squarely and soundly?
Talking about the justice system, what many people are saying, this election might end up in court. As we've always seen, aside from the 2015 elections, we've always somehow ended up in court after elections at every point. When it goes to court, what's the confidence level? What level of confidence do you have in the judiciary to ensure that the will of the people is not truncated?
As a lawyer or as a Nigerian?
As a lawyer.
Okay. Well, the truth of the matter is preponderance of evidence is the basis of, judgment in court. But again, you can have a good case and not have a good course of action. That is dependent on who is talking and who is listening. But again, of recent, we discovered that it's easier to win in court than win in the poll. And that is a serious cause for concern.
Absolutely.
That is a serious cause for concern because people's will should not be decided by technicalities of the rule of law. People's will should not be commercialized and technically, played with. Because there's a difference between 1 million votes and 993,000 votes. But then how 1 million votes was gotten and how 993,000 was gotten could be an issue. But then again, people's will should not be subjected to technicalities. Because if I know that I can get my way and means by technicalities, I wait for you to win the election by popular vote, and I go on the grounds of technicality and defeat you. Tomorrow, it simply means that I rather invest in technicalities than inventing in people.
Which means that elections are not won by popularity of candidates.
That is where we should be very careful. Because people should not be pushed to the thinking that technicalities will give you victory rather than, straightforward voting and eliciting, garnering votes from the populace. The moment we elevate technicalities to a pedestal of standard of getting judgment or justice, then we're on the threshold of disaster.
Very well said. We'll be reaching some of our candidates, some of our reporters as well. Barrister Abdurrahman Ahmed Abdul Al Bushra, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your analysis this
Thank
morning.
You so
it's
much.
been quite an interesting conversation.
I want to use this opportunity to call on Nigerians that after voting, there's life. We should not, and I repeat, we should not allow ourselves to be the victim of the system. Don't go violent. Please don't go violent. Nobody whose head coconut was broken will ever partake in eating the coconut. So please, Nigerians, I'm calling on all of you, respect the rule of law, go out there, vote your candidates, and pray that God make the choice for us.
Barrister Abdurrahman Ahmed Al Bushra, legal practitioner and public affairs analyst. Thank you again for your thoughts this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll continue the conversation here, reaching out. I'll let you go and vote because I see that it seems like we've taken much of your time. Some of the candidates are already voting. You too should participate in that process. Thank you again. I would hope to talk with you again as the situations continue to unfold, because the INEC chairman has said the process will be quite fast, and they're going to try do what they can to ensure that the process is fast. Thank you very much again.
Thank you.
The conversation continues here. Keep up with us.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Thousand 2014 091 3000 2014.
Hello, tell your friends and family, tell everyone you know that Eagles FM Abuja will keep you up to date with all of the happenings in the 2023 general elections. From the presidential to the senatorial to the Federal House of Representatives, governorship, State House of Reps, the conversation is intense, the analysis is precise, and you don't want to miss any of the news. Stay tuned to Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja for all the updates, and join our anchors as well as our analysts. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of this.
Eagles FM election chat room, and we're talking, taking updates from across the FCT and, the country in general, feeling the beats and the pulses of Nigerians as they go to the polls to elect their leaders, the president and the National Assembly members who would represent them. Daniel Waboso is on the line. Danny, what's happening? Where are you at the moment, and what's happening there?
All right, so I'm reporting from Army Estate 1. That's the one in front of the Central Plaza in Army Estate. And the INEC officials came very late at about 9:30. Well, it's due to their own logistics issues, but they are here now. And they pasted the names of registered voters in this polling unit. It's about 950 registered voters here.
950?
And 50, yes, in Army Estate 1. Now, they are currently addressing the people, meaning that they're telling them the numbers, so that at the end of counting, we should not exceed 950. If we exceed 950, then it is overvoting. So there are 950 here, and they're addressing the people. And people have been here since about 7 a.m. I was here by 7, and people have been here by 7. They organized themselves, they got their numbers, and the people is addressing the people, and then voting will start any moment from now. That is, they are accrediting and they are voting at the same time.
Okay, so accreditation has started and voting is starting at the same time. It's going on
Yes,
simultaneously.
yes, the processes are right. So once you get to the first guy, he accredits you. You move to the other lady, she manually accredits you on the list. Then you go pick up your ballots, you vote, and you leave for stay.
Okay,
That's
so
how it's done.
what's
Another
the turnout
issue
like?
that we noticed,
Yes.
the turnout here is crazy. People have been here and they're still here. Now, what we noticed again is that the INEC guys came with one beaver. They came with only one beaver and no power backup. That's an issue because in the course of this voting, if the beaver turns off, they have to wait for backup. But you see again, Nigerians are ready to vote. So what's going on is that people are offering to give them power banks to charge their beavers machines, and we have about 2 people already who have volunteered to give their power banks out so people can vote. Because again, if the beaver goes off, nothing can happen. And so it means that they have to call, according to the BA, he said they have to call and then they have to do backup. But right now, these people here are not allowing anybody to call. They are providing power banks for the INEC officials and they are here. So the moment they finish the battery, there is a power bank that will help them. People are making plans for INEC to ensure that they catch their vote here today.
Well, we were made to understand that there was supposed to be a backup beavers and also power packs to ensure that these things don't go off. Would that be a failure on the part of INEC to provide these things? What did the presiding officer say about it?
That is a huge failure on the part of INEC. If INEC has said that they will provide power bank and backup, then they have failed because right now there is only one beaver in this polling unit. In Army Estate 2, where I went to, there's only one beaver. In Army Estate 3, there's only one beaver. There are 3 or 4 polling units that are big morning. It's only one beaver. If INEC has said they will give a backup beaver or a backup power, they have failed in that argument on my side. What I'm seeing here, there's no backup power, there's no backup beaver. The people are providing power banks by themselves to assist INEC. So just imagine if nobody came here with power banks. At the moment when the beaver goes off, because it's a device, if it goes off, nothing will happen. But again, that's not going to happen. People are here already, and the plaza where they are in, there's light. So people are ready to even connect power for them to ensure that everybody who's here is their vote.
But looking at the number of voters at that unit, do you think that the time allotted for voting is supposed to end at 2:30 p.m.? Do you think that from now till about 2:30 p.m. they would be able to wrap up with the number of people on that line? INEC also says that whoever is on that queue from at about 2:30 p.m. should be able to vote irrespective of when the voting ends. Do you think that they will be able to carry out and complete this process at 2:30 p.m.?
Yeah, I think once they start and they are fast enough, people will be able to go between now and 2:30 p.m. So anybody who doesn't go between now and 30 p.m., so long as they are here, they will cast their vote. But from what I'm seeing, the number here should be able to vote. We are about 100 plus here. Yeah, excuse me, let me ask somebody. Please, man, how many numbers have you given out? So about 367 numbers have been given out in this place. So that's indicative. It's about 35 to 40% turnout so far here in this place. Out of 950, we have about 365 numbers given out. People are here already and they're going to cast their vote. 2:30 is a good time. Once they're in line, they would also cast their vote as well.
Very well. Thank you very much, Danny. Any updates from the Gwagwalada area?
No updates here, but I also hear that in Kado, as at this time, there are no INEC officials in Kado. I'll get the exact list for you, but there are no officials in Kado at this time.
All right. Thank you again. We'll reach out to find out again what's happening. Give us more updates on the situation there. Thank you very much. Daniel Wawaso, Eagles FM correspondent there in the city. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, this is Ismail from Airport Road.
Ismail from
Government Secondary School.
Government Secondary School.
Yes.
In where? Yes. Airport Road.
Airport Road, yes.
Okay. All right. Tell us what's happening there.
We are still waiting for this. We didn't see any one of them. INEC official.
No INEC official is there at this time. It's 10:22.
Yes, none of them, not even one. It's only the security people were seen around, and that's all.
That's really unfortunate. But
Yes.
what are the voters? How are the voters there conducting themselves, seeing as how no one is there?
Oh, very peaceful. But for now, we'll be collecting numbers, and the number is getting to almost 1,000 now, and still there's no INEC official here.
About 1,000 people have come out, and there's still no INEC official.
Not even one. Not even a sign of them.
What is your number on that line, on that queue?
It ends with 014. I don't know if you understand that. 014.
014.
Yeah,
so you're number 14.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I'm hoping that INEC would respond. Someone would be sent there. What's the name of that area again? In Airport Road.
It's Lugbe Federal Housing, Government Secondary School.
Government Secondary School, Lugbe Federal Housing. Thank you very much.
Car wash, yes, car wash area.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ismail, for this update. Thank you so much for letting us know what's happening there. All right, appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay, the conversation continues. We'll be talking more with some people. Let's see what's happening in Kogi State. We reach out to a correspondent who's standing by there in Kogi State. Is going to let us in on what the situation is around that side. You know, there's been a lot coming in from Kogi State in the last 48 hours, from the blocking of roads or digging of trenches to cut off roads and all. We've seen that. So even thugs emerging from some areas. We're getting feelers that there might be thugs taking over some polling units in certain areas in Kogi State. We'll love to find out.
Abuja.
The elections are here. The candidates are slugging it out at the polls. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja is on ground to bring you up-to-date analysis on the elections. From the polling units to the collation centers, Eagles FM Abuja will take you through it with in-depth analysis and great conversation. Join Eagles FM election chatroom anchors from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily as they bring you up-to-date analysis and great conversations with analysts on the elections. Don't miss it.
Me, I'm not afraid of that man.
Me too.
What can he really do?
I hope you people are discussing about paying me my rent.
Oga landlord, calm down. We are discussing about the upcoming elections.
Nonsense. Don't tell me to calm down. Your mates are at the Akamata Community Square selling their votes for 5,000 naira. But you are here doing what I don't know.
Oga landlord, do you know that 5,000 naira spread over the next 4 years is just 4 naira per day? Is this what we should sell our votes for? God forbid.
Oga landlord, wise up. We must vote in the right people this time, instead of selling our votes to people who have nothing good to offer our community.
That one is your business. You ladies better go and collect yours, if that will help you gather my rent at the end of the month.
Do not listen to people like this landlord. Election is not a business venture. It is your civic duty to your country to help elect the right leaders who will create a better life for you and a great future for your children. Do not sell your future. Do not sell your vote.
Interesting with us. This is the Eagles FM election chart room right here on your radio experience. You can count on. We go over now to Kogi State, where we have Samson Akbar joining us from the Ofakagowan ward in Ejule Ala Ejule Ala ward in Kogi State. Samson, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. What's happening in that area? Tell us where you are and what it is that's happening there, what the situation is like.
Yeah, good morning, my able comrade.
Samson, we're finding it hard to hear you. I don't know what it is. The network is not. Maybe we would have to reconnect with you.
Hello?
Okay, go ahead. Please tell us where you are.
Oh, okay. Check my location.
All right, would have to reconnect. Would have to reconnect with something. I'm really sorry about that. Join in the conversation as well. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name? Where you calling us from?
My name is Lucky Ramosele. I'm calling from Airport Road.
Lucky Ramosele from Airport Road. Where precisely in Airport Road?
If you are coming from San, there's a place called Chika before the ShopRite.
Chika. Okay, tell us what's happening there. Tell us what's happening there.
As I speak now in my polling unit, the INEC official presence is not there as I speak now.
At 28 minutes past 10 o'clock.
Yes, as I speak now, we've been there since morning, since before 8. We are still there now. INEC is not yet there.
That's really unfortunate. Has there been any security operatives around there?
Yes, we saw some police presence. Some police are here.
This is really
everyone ready to vote. We are all peaceful. We are taking numbers. My own number 64.
Number 64. How many people do you think are?
Yes,
how many people do you think are there?
Over close to 1,000 as well. Yeah,
gathered
ready
there.
To vote.
Close to 1,000 people.
Yes, ready to vote, but no INEC presence.
I would not like for 1,000 people to be disenfranchised. That would be really sad.
So that's why we are worried. That's why we are worried. That's why I'm calling now. So that the appropriate authority could hear and send their people down.
Let's hope that they're able to send people to that area, and the INEC officials who are supposed to be there make it to that spot on time. Thank you very much for this update. Really, really appreciate it. It would not be a good news, or would not be a good story to tell that over 1,000 people or 1,000 people are disenfranchised for any reason. All right, Samson, we have you back. Thank you so much for staying with us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Now, go ahead. It's clearer now. Tell us where you are and what the situation is in Kogi State.
Okay, like I said earlier, I'm reporting from Kogi State. Yes. Ofakaga number 1 to be precise, under Ejule Alaward.
Okay.
Some minutes ago, some set of boys came to the polling unit, and they were all armed, though the people were able to stand their ground, and those boys just walked away. And right now, as I'm talking to you, the election is going on smoothly. Everybody is voting their choice.
Is the election going in as it's supposed to go in? Is the accreditation going on using the BVAS for accreditation and then voting as well?
Yes, very well. Everything is going on smoothly right now.
Okay, so these hoodlums that came around, you said they were armed. What kind of weapons were they wielding? Something.
People say, are you with me? And the people respond saying they have.
Yes. What kind of weapons? What kind of weapons did they have with them, and how did the people respond or repel them?
They came with machetes, and they were shouting on the people that people should deviate from the line, but the people were able to empower them.
Oh, the reception in that area is quite bad and really unfortunate. Samson, would have to reconnect with you again. Seems like when we're just about to get to the meat and the juice of the conversation, the network interrupts. But anyway, we'll get back with you, Samson, and get the full gist. That's quite important that we get. That's Kogi State there. There's a lot that's happening in Kogi State. A lot of issues that shouldn't be coming up in Kogi State. And it's quite unfortunate that that's a state that's governed by a really young person who, where you would expect that things would go on right and not have these kinds of issues. We cannot have thugs. I'm glad that he said that, the people stood their grounds and repelled those people who came wielding weapons to scuttle the elections. This is what it should be. Nigerians are bigger than any single individual. Nigeria is bigger than any single individual, and so as it is, Nigerians have decided to go to the polls and vote their choices. No one should truncate that. No one should should prevent them or stop them from making their choices on election day. This is the Eagles FM election chat room. If you have updates for us, let us know what's happening around your neighborhood. Let us know what's happening at your polling unit. If you're out there already trying to vote, if you voted, please tell us that you voted. We'd love to hear such good news that you have actually cast your ballots today, 25th of February 2023. Let us know that you voted. Please, I want to hear that good news that one person has voted, someone that I know has voted. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. What's your name?
My name is Aaron. I'm calling from Lugbe Federal Housing.
Lugbe Federal Housing. There's a lot that's coming from that area. Tell me your polling unit has INEC officials there.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I did not call for the INEC election stuff. I called because I want to complain. There is one man in Lugbe here around this federal housing. The man has POS and he has cash and he's supposed to help people. This man is charging 1,000 naira. The man collects 600 naira for each transaction. So I want you people to do something about him.
Nobody should patronize him. You guys boycott him. He doesn't have to. If people are not buying his cash, then he won't be selling it. It's not. I mean, people should not be complaining about these things. It's a no-brainer. If you should not be patronizing such people.
Okay.
People in your community should, boycott such wicked acts. You cannot allow people to continue to take advantage of you. It's not something that people should complain about. People should boycott him and not use him. And in fact, if there's anything I don't want to people should not patronize him.
So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, how can you put yourself through that kind of difficulty? How can you buy 1,000 naira for 600? Does it make any sense? Does it make any sense? Nigerians are just being inhuman to themselves, and it's quite sad. Why do you do that? Why would you do a thing like that? This is highly, highly, highly condemnable. But Nigerians, sometimes you allow yourselves to be exploited. You allow yourselves to be used. You allow yourselves, and it's really sad. How can somebody sell you 1,000 naira at 600 naira? Does it make any sense? And you want, because you want to prove that you have money, you go and buy. Nigerians complain when they're not supposed to be complaining. We really complain for the wrong reasons, and it's really unfortunate. We don't know how to complain. We love to complain, but we really don't know how to complain. There's certain things that we should not complain about. Find a way to fix it. That's somebody taking advantage of you and exploiting you, and you keep quiet and watch them do it, and you really patronize them. Come on, whatever it is that they're selling, the whole community should boycott him. In fact, I don't want to use the word, but anyway, let it be. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Don't forget that it is your responsibility, no matter what. I love people who have said we will wait them out. Whatever it will take, we would wait, and until we perform our civic responsibility, we would wait there to ensure that we vote on election day. We'll join our correspondent Tofa Momo from Gwagwalada Axis. He's moved on to that area. He's going to let us know what's happening there. Don't forget, don't wear anything that has your any party logo or insignia. Keep it very, very clean. Do not wear anything that has a party logo on it. All right. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Let us know if you've been able to cast your vote, if you've been able to cast your ballots. Let us know. We'd love to hear such positive stories coming in. For most parts of the places, we've gotten reports. It's been that people are not, the INEC officials haven't arrived there. But then we've seen some prominent political candidates or party candidates or candidates in the election have started to vote. We've seen Atiku Abubakar cast his vote. We've seen the likes of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos cast his vote as well. That's the report updates we're getting now. 09073530044. The conversation continues.
102.3 Abuja. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
The elections are here. The candidates are slugging it out at the polls. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja is on ground to bring you up-to-date analysis on the elections. From the polling units to the collation centers, Eagles FM Abuja will take you through it with in-depth analysis and great conversation. Join Eagles FM election chatroom anchors from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily as they bring you up-to-date analysis and great conversations with analysts on the elections. Don't miss it.
You're still on to Eagles FM election chat room, and we are, looking at the situations across the country, bringing you updates of what's happening at different polling units across Nigeria. Well, we're going back to Kogi State now, where we have Samson Akwa reporting and telling us what happened or what's happening in some of the polling units around there. Something earlier you were telling us about a polling unit where some thugs arrived, but the people were able to repel them. Tell us about it.
Yes.
What really happened there?
Yes, exactly. In Ofakaga number 1, under Ejule Ward. Right now, the voting is going on smoothly. And everybody, just like I said earlier, everybody, they are voting their choice. Nobody to compel another. As knows their choice. So it's a matter of choice right now as the election is smoothly ongoing.
Okay, so the guys who arrived earlier, the hoodlums who you said arrived earlier, what kind of weapons were they wielding and how were the people able to repel them?
Yes, earlier they came with machetes and at the time people refused to leave their line. They maintained their line and they were shouting that people should leave from the line. But as we are speaking, nobody was able to move and they entered their vehicle and zoom off. So right now, the peace has been restored and everybody is trying to show their right as a citizen of Nigeria.
So they came in a vehicle, even though vehicular movement was is restricted in the country.
Yes, of course. That was what everybody was saying.
So what was the response? Are there security operatives around there? Is there the police? Is there police presence there? And what was the response of the police?
Right now, as at the time they came, the policemen were not on ground. Okay. Not even policemen. As I'm talking to you, what I'm seeing here is 2 civil defense officers, not police.
Okay. Civil defense officers.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll be keeping in touch with you, Samson, to see what's happening. As if there's any updates you want to let us in on. Thank you very much for bringing us this one.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And that's the situation there in Ejule Ward in Kogi State. Is bringing us that. We connect with one of our correspondents, another correspondent of ours, Chidima Okuna, who is in Abia State. She's going to bring us updates as to what's happening around where where she's covering currently. Let's find out from her what's happening there. All right, the conversation continues. Time now is 10:50. 10:50. Elections officially started or commenced at 8:30 this morning, Nigerian time, and many Nigerians have been out. Over 170,000 polling units. We've had reports in most parts of the country where they're saying no election officers, no INEC officers reporting for duty. Chidima, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. Where are you currently and what's happening there?
Good morning, Mr. Prince. I'm at Abia State, South local government. I'm in a primary school to be precise, and there's no INEC official here yet. And we recorded about 169 voters here.
169 voters on ground waiting for INEC officials to arrive.
Yes.
What has been the situation in the past years? Has voting gone on in these locations, prior to this time in the previous elections?
Yes, of course. Voting has happened here before. We voted here before.
So how do people take in this? How do people responding to the fact that there's nobody to attend to them?
People are grumbling, no security officials. Everything is peaceful at this moment. So what people are grumbling about, because you can see that in some polling units they started voting, but they're feeling like they've been sidelined and there's some kind of foul play. But we have people from the church trying to keep everybody calm and keep the peace. Rather, we have a church close by, so they're trying to keep everybody calm and keep the peace.
Very well. So what is the turnout like? Are people coming out in droves in their numbers to vote, or is it scanty, around that entire neighborhood?
No, people are coming out with very good numbers, impressive numbers actually. The last time I checked, we had 100 and because we're giving out numbers for so that we can have we can vote in an orderly manner. So we're giving out numbers to the voters. So the last time I checked, we had 100 and 109, but we have more people coming. But we have more people, like people above 45, the elderly people, but the young people are about 10% of the current population here.
Just about 10% of the current population there. Well, this election is set to be for the young people, but apparently older people are interested in the elections where you are. We'll be reaching out again as soon as anything happens. If the INEC officials arrive, please let us know so that we can alert Nigerians that voting has commenced in that area. But it's quite unfortunate that almost 3 hours after election officials are not where you are. It's quite unfortunate. Thank you very much, Chidima Okuna. Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
All right, the conversation continues. 09073530044 and 09087668888. We've gotten reports of a few locations where elections have actually started, but we'd hope to get more. I want to hear from somebody who has actually voted, and I want to hear the excitement in their voice. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, this Moses.
Moses, good morning to you. Tell me your voting.
I'm happy this morning. I'm just from there. I've already voted. Wow.
It's good to hear that. It's fantastic.
I'm telling you, I'm voting. I've never seen the peaceful voting in my area like this.
What's your polling unit? Where are you?
Yeah, it's at Kwamba, Timbashe, Kwamba here. Suleja, Timbashe.
In Suleja. Fantastic.
Wow.
And you voted. Great. How was the process? What was it like? How many minutes did it take you to vote?
Everything was in orderly.
Okay.
Yeah, and we thank God everything is moving smoothly.
I love that. How many minutes did it take you to vote?
It didn't even take me up to 30 minutes because I went there in the morning. They said they have not yet arrived, but immediately few minutes to 10. They came and they put everything in order, giving us awareness, and we were being given orientation, and as from there then we started. Accreditation started.
So at your polling units, the INEC officials arrived late as well.
Yeah, late, but not much, not all that late. But people were anxious waiting for them, so we are waiting for them till they arrive. But it didn't take them time before they mount everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Moses, for that one. I'm glad to hear that somebody, one of us has voted today. Thank you so much.
I'm happy now because I'm glad.
Thank you. Thank you again. And we would be joining some of our correspondents from Kaduna to see what's happening there. We're also going to get back with Tofa Momo in Abuja here to let us in on what's happening. Okay, seems like we have a problem with this. Let's see that we can connect with our guys in Kaduna to see what's happening there. Don't worry, I'll keep you up to date. I'll keep you up to speed. I'll bring you up to speed rather with everything that we know.
That the NPN has acceded to power by fouling the electoral process. We have seen that in fouling the process, the NPN was not alone. Indeed, by itself alone, there was very little the NPN could do which would have made any noticeable impact. But the FEDECO and practically all the organs of government were involved in the foul game. It stands to reason that having fouled the game once to advantage and with impunity, the NPN will want to try it again, to perpetuate itself in office as its national anthem, to tamper, let alone foul the electoral process to the prejudice of other contending party or parties. It is imperative that we should tackle and involve solutions for and widespread rigging of election in 1965 are today among those who are equally prominent in the leadership of the NPA and in the rigging of the last election. We are all witnesses to the dire and tragic consequences of the fraudulent acts of 1965, including the long, painful, and distressing abeyance of democracy and the rule of law.
And that's Chief Obafemi Awolowo there speaking on the election and what happened in 1979. As far back as that, we've been talking about electoral fraud and electoral, malpractices. Well, we have our correspondent, one of our guys in Kaduna, the Morpheus Idoko, joining us from Kaduna State, and he's about to let us in on what's happening in Kaduna. Morpheus, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, we can hear you. So what's the situation? Where are you and what's happening there?
Okay, so today I've covered 3 areas, High Coast, Barina. Right now I am in Angwan Circuit, one of the areas, the polling unit actually for the governor, the present governor, National Aerofly. So far so good. They've been voting. The governor, like I said, he's here with his wife. Both of them are on the queue.
The governor is on the queue.
Yeah, he's on the queue. A lengthy one, not just the queue, but a lengthy
interesting.
Queue. Yeah.
So, how long do you think it would take for him to get to vote?
Give or take, if they go at the pace they've been going, he should be on that queue for another 2 hours, thereabout.
2 hours?
Because I've been standing here just by the box itself, and just 2 people have come forward to cast their vote in the past 10, 15 minutes thereabout. I don't know what the delay is, but the pace of the officials is quite commendable because they're moving quite slow. So based on that and the estimate of the people on the line, the government should be there for 2 hours or thereabouts.
Well, do you think he will be able to wait that long?
Well, he chose to stay on the line, so I believe he has no choice at this point. Yes.
Okay. Now, can you confirm to us what time elections commenced at that polling unit?
Give or take, everything was up and running. Let's say 10 a.m. Everything was up and running at about 10 a.m.
At about 10 a.m.
But people have been here gathered to vote. Security personnel have been on ground. The media definitely have been on ground as well. But the process being up and running, let's just say by 10 a.m. is when everything started properly.
Well, from the other locations that you covered this morning, were there election officials, INEC officials at the polling units arriving on time, or were they arriving late? What was the situation like?
Let's give it a 50-50. For the few places we stopped, the officials were present, security personnel were also present. Then the other 50, INEC officials were yet to be on ground. Even though people were on ground to vote, security officials were also there to make sure everything was in place. But the INEC officials were not there. So let's just give it to them 50-50. So far, so good.
Well, have there been any reports of vote buying in any areas in Kaduna?
I haven't heard anything. So far, so good. Because we have correspondents spread around town in different parts of town, including the southern parts as well. So I haven't heard anything. So far, so good. The only thing that people have actually spoken about is just the performance of the INEC officials in terms of being on ground as when they're supposed to be on ground.
Very well, Morpheus. We'll check in with you again to see when the governor votes and other updates from Kaduna State. Thank you very much for this one. We'll check in with you again.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a pleasant time and please stay safe. Now, let's get on to connect with Tofa Momo, who has been standing by to bring us reports from the Bagwalada axis. I'm hoping that he has that now. He's going to let us in on what's happening in that area this morning. Many polling units across the FCT have witnessed, no show by the INEC officials, while the voters, the electorate, have been there trying to get involved or trying to participate in the process. We don't know why it is, why this delay has happened, but I'm wondering if in the city center, officials are arriving late at the polling units. What's happening in the hinterlands? Tofa, one more.
Hello.
Tofa, good to have you again.
Hello, sir.
Tofa, we can hear you. Where are you at the moment?
I'm calling from Lube.
From Lube?
Yes, Lube. Hello,
Okay.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So, I just left Lube. I'm now currently in Kuje.
You're in Kuje at the moment?
Yes, Kuje at the moment.
Okay. What's happening in that area? What's the polling unit and what's happening there?
Actually, I left opposite INEC office where I discovered that INEC officials are not on ground. There are a large number of voters who are waiting there, but there were no INEC official and voting is not going on there.
Opposite the INEC office in Kuje?
Honestly, opposite INEC office in Kuje, and voting is not going on there.
No voting going on?
Yes.
The people are waiting for INEC officials to arrive?
Exactly.
It's been almost 3 hours.
Exactly, but there's also another unit opposite at Deeper Life Church, Kayada here, where voting is currently ongoing. Accreditation and voting currently ongoing. But however, there is a complaint from the people that certain number of voters are not here. They couldn't find their name, they couldn't find their details.
So the register was pasted there, but they can't find their names.
Yes. I have too many of them like that.
Is it a new polling unit?
Hello, can you hear me?
So perhaps you want to move away from where you are. The feedback is massive. The noise is really, and the interference is really massive.
Hello.
So far, you want to move away from where you are. The interference is really massive.
All right, let me just move away a bit. Okay, so I'll call you back.
Yes, we'll reconnect with you. Thank you again. And well, 3 minutes past 11 o'clock. Some polling units have not seen or heard from the INEC officials who are supposed to be there. Presiding officers, INEC ad hoc staff who are supposed to get them to cast their votes. Not there.
Good morning, my brother.
Hello, Elder Anoja. Good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother.
I'm glad you're calling in this morning. Elder Anoja, have you cast your votes?
I don't cast my vote.
Yeah, another one.
I don't cast my vote.
I'm excited to hear that. Good.
You didn't know where I went my voting polling station. It may take me 30 minutes.
In less than 30 minutes, you voted?
It don't take me more than 30 minutes, my brother. Well, my own was 001.
Okay.
In Juba Primary School.
Okay.
I went that place and they asked for my name. I got my name. You know, there's many INEC officers now. They divide it. So elected them called the place where I'm supposed to vote. I went that place. Getting to that place, take me 30 minutes. I do my voting and came out.
Wow.
And everything there was so normal. I don't know, throughout my life, I don't know the INEC can organize something very nice like this. I was so surprised. I don't see the other side, but
Elder Noja, you're an elder, and INEC is placing priority on senior citizens and the elderly, as well as people living with disabilities. So, well, maybe you're one of those lucky ones.
But there's no complaint. Those people in the line, even they are not many because INEC many voting center there.
Okay.
Voting center, there are so many there. Even the place where I vote for local government, they shift it to another place. And they are another place. They are the senior citizens. The five people there, but the time you say I have to enter, those people on the line. I don't want to go near them and say I'm a senior citizen, but I don't want to disturb them. But immediately I met these people, they say, Baba, come and enter this place. I come in number 5, I was so surprised. People, my back, nobody complained.
Wow.
I say, you say, Baba, enter, make you vote and go. You are the type of people where you lead us just before. I enter. That's number 5. I was there. So another officer from the office, this is from the polling center there. He saw me again, so Baba, come vote, make it they go. I was so surprised.
Wow.
I was so surprised.
Wow. Congratulations to you, Elder Onoja. You've cast your vote, and we hope that it favors the best man. Thank you very much for sharing that with us.
God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
I appreciate you. God bless Nigeria. That's the spirit. Let's join Prince Pablo from the Gwagwalada. Did I say Gwagwalada now? From the Galadimawa axis. He's going to let us in on what's happening where he is. Let's see what he would tell us. Let's hope that it's all good news there, that people are already voting and, just enjoying the process there. All right. You too can be a part of the conversation. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Prince Pablo, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Prince. Where are you at the moment and what's happening?
I am at Galadima presently at the moment. Yeah, the first polling unit. There are 4 polling units in Galadima. Yes, and so I just left the major polling unit, which is at the primary school, Galadima Primary School. As at 9 a.m. this morning, the INEC officials were not on ground, and accreditation has not begun, but not quite 5 minutes when I went there now, accreditation has begun. The INEC officials came and accreditation has begun. So I just left there, moving to the next polling unit that is by the car wash at Galadima to see what is happening there. I'm just like 2 minutes to the place. And the other polling units as well, there are 4 polling units. I've visited 3. I'm going to the 4th one.
Okay.
The one at the mango tree just close by Zimbabwe, the accreditation has started too, though it started late. And the 3rd one, which is by the cemetery, Galadima Cemetery, just started the accreditation too at about 30 minutes ago. And people were preparing to vote.
Okay, with the number of people that you've seen, would you say you're encouraged by the number of people who are turning out to vote?
Yes, the number of people that turned out majorly at the major polling unit, which is at the primary school, was overwhelming. People came out en masse, and it is really encouraging. Even if the 3 other polling units, I'm at the 4th polling unit right now, and the turnout is encouraging. The security, the atmosphere is conducive, and everybody is going about their lawful, their voting process lawfully. It's really encouraging.
It's going on smoothly. And
it is going on smoothly.
Fantastic.
It's going on smoothly. Yes,
Fantastic.
It's going on smoothly.
May I ask, have you been able to vote yourself?
No, I have not been able to vote myself.
I hope that
because Yes, I hope to do that. But the problem with my own polling unit is the fact that it is at a place far from where I am. So that's I couldn't get to transfer it to my environment.
All right.
So that's
Let's hope that in the next election you're able to vote. Thank you so much, Prince Pablo.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. I'll feed you back on so many other things that are going on here as time goes on.
I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, now Nigerians are voting. Nigerians are choosing their leaders on a day like this, the 25th day in February. It's history in the making. This day, Nigerians will decide who it is that would lead them for the next 4 years, at least. The next 4 years. We've got reports here coming in on WhatsApp. So many people sending messages in, and this one says, okay, he sent this one in earlier. Says, good morning, boss. INEC officials just arrived now at my polling unit. I am currently at Piwoyi Primary School, Gwarimpa Ward, under AMAC. Thank you very much for that update. Appreciate it. And good morning, Google's FM here. Tudunwada Village Square 008. No INEC. Please help. Franklin from Lugbe. Well, again, we're going to join Tofa Momo, our correspondent. He's currently at the Kuje axis. He's joining us and letting us in on what's happening. Tofa, what's going on now? What's going on now? Any updates?
Hello, please. All right. I'm currently at LA Primary School, Canada, in Kuje.
Okay.
So, INEC officials arrived here not so long ago, and they are currently setting up. They are setting up their cubicles right away. Accreditation and voting yet to start.
Okay.
At this time.
They're just setting up at about 11 minutes past 11 o'clock.
Exactly. They are just setting up their cubicles at this time.
What did they say, is the reason for the delay?
Actually, some of them said it's due to prompt assessment of the materials from INEC office. So, but the major concern right now is why should a polling unit situated directly opposite the INEC office should be abandoned at this time? I still hope to get back there to find out why it is so in that particular polling unit.
Are there people in the INEC office? Are there people working at the INEC office current at the moment?
Yes, of course. Some of them, I met with some of their officials who claim that effort is ongoing to deploy the material down to the place, but it is actually uncalled for because this unit is just directly opposite the INEC office. If there is a place that should be attended to fast and earlier enough, it should be that particular polling unit.
Absolutely. So, those who you spoke to, what did they say is the reason why they haven't deployed resources there?
Yes, that is because they are still trying to assess the material that is meant for that particular.
These were things that should have been done way before now. All of the material should have been sorted out way before now. What is that? What is all of these excuses that they're giving us at this time? It shouldn't be. But how are the people reacting to this?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get someone here to react to what is going on here currently. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Prince. From BT Second. We just want to speak to our station. What is going on here? What do you observe? Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning. What's your name, please?
Hello, good morning. My name is Alaba. Afolabi.
Alaba, how do you react?
Yeah, in Canada Primary School, and the accreditation has not started, but a lot of people have been, some of the officials are just coming in and they are arranging themselves. So we are waiting for them. They give some numbers, as they come, but eventually I think we are not going to use the number. People are already selecting for the accreditation. That's what is happening right now.
How many people do you think are there? Just looking at I'm looking at the number of people. So far, are you there?
Yes, we are here.
Looking at the number of people there, how many can you say? How many people can you see?
People, the turnout is much. A lot of people. In fact, the number of people here should be. I think should be over about 2 or 3,000.
2 or 3,000 people.
Yes,
You've all been waiting for the last 3 hours or more to vote.
Yes.
Do you think that the INEC officials will be able to have everyone vote before the close of business today, before the election wraps up?
I believe they can because they improved, compared to the last election. They split the number of there are more polling units. So I believe at least they can be able to at least accredit everybody, and everybody should be able to vote before the close of the day.
All right, very well. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you talking with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, Tofa, please bring us updates as soon as the process commences. Let us know that the process has commenced. I would also love to hear about the Lugbe Federal Housing area that you mentioned earlier. What's going on there?
All right. I will relay that down to you shortly.
Thank you very much. Well done for a fantastic job. Thank you very much. Our correspondents have been on the toes across the city, bringing us updates as to what's happening in the city. We're going to be joined in again by one of our correspondents. Ismail from Airport Road. What's happening? Have they arrived?
Up to now, we didn't see anybody.
Up till now, no one is there.
After government secondary school, up to now,
no INEC official.
no INEC officials at the station, and people are gathered here this morning. We have not seen any of them.
All right, we're going to see. We're going to see if they're able to respond very soon to you. Those of you at the government secondary school in Lugbe. I hope that something is done. By car wash. I'm really concerned about you. I'm really concerned about you.
There are not crowd of people here now, but no INEC officials here.
How unfortunate. How unfortunate. We'll still continue to talk about this. We'll still continue to talk about your polling unit and hope that somebody responds as quick as possible. Thank you very much, Ismail. Ismail has been doing the Lord's work trying to keep us up to date with what's happening at the government secondary school. The polling units around there haven't seen any INEC official. That's in Lugbe, Car Wash, that area. No one has seen, they haven't seen INEC officials. Now, INEC should have been able to sort out the election materials, the sensitive materials. They said, distribution had started since yesterday. So what's stalling the process? What's stalling the process in many areas in the FCT? This is the FCT we're talking about. Imagine what's going on in some village in Sokoto, in some village in Zamfara, in some village in Yobe, Borno, Adamawa, in some village in Imo, Abia, Anambra, or even some places in Ogun State, in those hinterlands. What's happening there? Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
My name is Fred.
Fred. Where are you calling from, Fred?
Yeah. I'm calling for Prince and Princess.
Prince and Princess. Yes. What's happening in that area?
Yeah.
What's happening there?
Yeah. Our own polling unit, there's a lot of population there, but they have not started yet. But they are just trying to arrange their stuff.
So they're just arriving.
Yeah, they are just arriving. Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
A lot of people.
But people are.
A lot of people.
Are the people willing to stay and wait for them to set up and?
Yeah, even some people they were even saying that if it's 6 o'clock in the evening, they will stay and vote.
Loving that spirit.
So we are there. We are waiting. We must vote. You understand?
Loving that spirit. Please keep it up,
Yeah.
Fred. And thank you so much for giving us this update. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And all of the Nigerians who are in the queues trying to get their votes cast. It's not easy. I mean, everything in Nigeria has to be some level of hustle or the other. Why would it be so difficult for people to go out and just cast their ballots and go back home, or decide to stay if they decide to wait around? Why is it that difficult? Should it be this difficult? Nigerians, we can do things better. We can actually get better at all of these. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Who's joining us? What's your name?
My name is Aku Isaac Yusu. Calling in from Area 2, Abuja.
Aku, you're in Area 2. What's happening there?
Yes, so we at the polling unit, especially my own polling unit, I'm about to vote, but there's a little bit of disorganization going on. I think we just started not too long. So they are bringing in elderly people.
What's the disorganization? What you mentioned?
I think they will not tell them. They didn't tell them to form a straight line. So I think there's a lot of clustering at the front where they are voting. So they had to call in the NSCDC people.
Okay.
So yes, the female squad to come and make the place more conducive for the voters and the electoral bodies as well.
But the process has commenced there.
Sir?
Has the process commenced?
Yes, it has commenced.
Okay. Again, what's the turnout like at the polling units?
There's a large turnout crowd here at the polling unit.
Do you think that everyone on that line would be able to vote before 2:30 p.m.?
Yes, I think with what I'm seeing currently with the organization on ground, and because before we started, I think they were taking like more than 10 minutes to take in one person's vote. But right now, I think the process will be faster now.
Very well. Thank you very much, Aku Isaac Yusufu. Thank you very much for talking with us and giving us that update from the Area 2. Where precisely in Area 2?
Okay, so Area 2 close to the library. Area 2 library.
Very well. Thank you again.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Isaac, for that one.
you.
All right. Well, the conversation continues. Nigerians are voting. Nigerians are deciding who it is that will lead them, or those who will actually steer the affairs of this nation for the next 4 years. They're voting in the president. They're also voting for National Assembly members, those who would, be making laws and also performing oversight in the next 4 years. Don't forget, if you're one of those who haven't decided who it is that you would vote for the National Assembly, go ahead, check them out. You should be voting for House of Rep members as well as senators. These are the people who actually should matter more to you. The conversation continues here.
Mingled with joy, that I thank this grand concourse of patriots and friends of Nigeria for congregating here today on the occasion of my inauguration as the first African Governor General and Commander-in-Chief of the Federation of Nigeria. I was appointed to this post of high honor by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II on the advice of the Prime Minister of Nigeria to succeed my predecessor in office, that accomplished Colonial Administrator Sir James Robertson, GCMG, GCVO, KBE. This mighty audience comprises of eminent men and women drawn from all the regions of Nigeria and different parts of Africa, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America. We have in this august assemblage representatives of heads of states and governments, paramount rulers and chieftains, statesmen and politicians, nationalists and freedom fighters, university administrators and professors, trade union leaders and ex-servicemen, local government heads and civil servants, molders of public opinion, in addition to professional men and women in different walks of life, including a select group of invitees who represent various organizations which are interested in Africa and in the orderly progress of our country towards national autonomy. Whilst it is a fact that the Commonwealth is a voluntary association which is loose, flexible and adaptable, and its members value it for its very variety and multiplicity of outlook, its member governments sometimes acting in unison, sometimes separately, but always freely exchanging views and information, and always adding something to a common pool of mutual understanding. Nevertheless, Nigerians cannot be expected to be supine when such a basic human right as respect for human dignity is violated with impunity in any part of the Commonwealth or in any part of the world. The challenge of Nigeria as a free state in 20th century Africa is the need to revive the stature of man in Africa and restore the dignity of man in the world. Nigerians believe passionately in the fundamental human rights. We regard all races of the human family as equal. Under no circumstance shall we accept the idea that the black race is inferior to any other race. I call upon Alhaji Amadou Bello, the Sultan of Sokoto, to join us in this Herculean task of national reconstruction. I exhort Chief Obafemi Awolowo to associate with us in this great adventure of restoring the dignity of man in the world. There are many leaders who can give active support and assistance to a nation at its supreme hour of need. Chief Samuel Ladoke Akintola, Dr. Michael Ihanukara Okpara, and Samuel Grace Ikoku, and then Chief Dennis Chukwude Osarebe, Malam Aminu Kanu, Malam Ibrahim Imam, and J.S. Taka of northern Nigeria, and countless others. I appeal to all our leaders, far and near, to forget the wounds which were inflicted in cause of our internecine altercations. The love of our country should outweigh the love of our petty selves. The enjoyment of individual freedom under the law should mean more to us than our self-centered party programs and manifestos. Common dangers and common enemies alert us on the need for common security. The British came here in 1851 and found us hopelessly divided in tribal compartments. When Britain transferred power to us on 1st October 1960, we were no longer an expression of geography, but a reality of history. During all our years of political vassalage, we became socially and economically integrated. We have also developed an identity of interest, and we have crystallized common nationality. The process of political integration reached its zenith at midnight on 30th September 1960, when we lastly sang our national anthem and our national flag was hoisted aloft to signal the birth of a new nation. Come and join Abubakar with me, Sardauna, Awolowo, Akitola, Ofarebe, Okpara, Ikoku, Aminu Kano, Ibrahim Imam, and Taka. Let us bind the nation's wound and let us heal the breaches of the past, so that in forging our nation there shall emerge on this continent a hate-free, fear-free, and greed-free people who shall be in the vanguard of a world task force whose assignment is not only to revive the stature of man in Africa, but to restore the dignity of man in the world. The independence of Nigeria was doggedly fought and dearly won. During our protracted battles, some of our heroes and heroines fell by the wayside. Some went the way of all flesh. Some paid with their lives. Some were incarcerated. Some lost their jobs. Some sacrificed their fortunes. Some were ostracized, while some were victimized and made to suffer indignity because they dared to demand freedom for Nigeria in our lifetime. Therefore, we must jealously guard our freedom with our lives if need be. I have made up my mind to do all that lies in my power, so that our newly won freedom shall endure. All that remains for us to do now is for our leaders and their followers to demonstrate that spiritual resilience which had enabled us to survive the onslaught of the past. With faith in the eventual success of our adventure in the Committee of Nations, we can look forward to the morrow with hope and charity for our fellow man, knowing that the task has been well done and that prospects of the future are bright.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Hello, tell your friends and family, tell everyone you know that Eagles FM Abuja will keep you up to date with all of the happenings in the 2023 general elections. From the presidential to the senatorial to the Federal House of Representatives, governorship, State House of Reps, the conversation is intense, the analysis is precise, and you don't want to miss any of the news. Stay tuned to Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja for all the updates. Join our anchors as well as our analysts. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of this.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
The elections are here. The candidates are slugging it out at the polls. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja is on ground to bring you up-to-date analysis on the elections. From the polling units to the collation centers, Eagles FM Abuja will take you through it with in-depth analysis and great conversation. Join Eagles FM election chatroom anchors from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily as they bring you up-to-date analysis and great conversations with analysts on the elections. Don't miss it.
Eagles FM election chat room here, and it's about 11:30 on the dot. Remember that election commenced at exactly 8:30 this morning, the 25th of February 2023, and many Nigerians are out in the streets trying to get their civic responsibility performed. But apparently, as it appears in most parts of the country, election materials are either just arriving, or in some places not even present. Election officials, electoral officials, and the electoral materials are missing in action. We're taking reports and finding out what's happening across the country. Let's join our correspondent Innocent Opologidi, who is currently somewhere in Lokogoma. Innocent, thank you very much for your updates. What's happening? Where are you currently, and what's happening there?
Okay, I just left Lokogoma now, and the INEC officials are just coming in, so they are trying to organize the people. They are trying to start with the elderly and the pregnant women and the disabilities to attend to them first.
Okay.
But if you ask me, I would say they are quite slow with the performance over there.
At what points did they arrive, and when did they commence the process? How many people have been accredited, and how many people have voted?
Okay, so far they've not started accrediting people, and the amount of voters are really massive over there. So I don't know what's the plan, but I'm suspecting that whatever it is, they are going to try and see get more people to vote and all.
All right. Any other updates you're bringing up to us from any other parts of the country?
Yes, I'm on my way to the resettlement, Apple resettlement, so that I can get more updates and give you feedback on that.
All right. Thank you very much, Innocent. Appreciate you
Thank you.
and what you're doing. Well, in Nigeria today, it's a frenzy. Everyone is trying to get on to perform their civic responsibility. For the first time, it seems like more Nigerians are interested in coming out to vote. We hope that they are not frustrated and that this whole process is not in any way, stalled or truncated by delays. Voting is supposed to end at 2:30 p.m. today. So if it happens that people are arriving, the INEC officials are arriving at almost 12 p.m. and in some places at 11:30 a.m. They haven't even arrived. What's the fate of those Nigerians who really want to, perform their civic responsibility? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Yemisi from Lugbe.
Yemisi from Lugbe. What part of Lugbe are you calling from?
Lugbe Airport Road.
Lugbe Airport Road. What's happening where you are, Yemisi?
Yeah?
What's happening there? What's happening?
Yes, I voting everywhere. Election.
People are voting. Are the election officials there? INEC officials there?
Yes.
Oh, good. Have you been able to vote?
Yes, sir.
You have voted. Yes, I'd love to hear that. Thank you very much. Interesting. And please ensure that are you staying back to observe or monitor the elections, or you're going back home?
I've gone back home.
Very good. Thank you very much for performing your duty as a Nigerian. Thank you very much for also updating us. That's what's happening there. Really have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of today. Well, if you've been able to vote, I'm guessing that it's just good for you to rest. It's not easy. Everything has to be a hustle somehow in this part of our world, but it's okay. We're going to be all right. We're going to be good. I'm still hoping that by now those at the government secondary school in Lugbe Car Wash have been able to see or get some bit of information from the INEC officials who are supposed to be there, because in the last 15 minutes or so that we reached out or that we got a feedback from Ismail, he says there's still no one there, no INEC official there at past 11 o'clock. That's not good. That's unacceptable. People who should be doing their duties should be doing there. Hello, good morning.
Is that Eagle FM?
This is Eagles 102.3 FM.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
I'm just coming out from the polling vote now.
Oh, really? You have voted?
Yes, I have voted.
You didn't tell us your name. What's your name?
I'm from Suleja.
From Suleja. What's your name?
I am Okoro Immaculate.
Okoro Immaculate. How was the process for you?
It's very slow. These people, they came late, and the population there is too much. They came late. I wonder if they will be able to finish before that 2:30. Honestly, people are not happy there. It's not long they came. I'm telling you, and they are very slow.
Wow.
The number there is too much. I think they're supposed to be fast, very fast. They have three beavers there. Out of the three beavers, it's like one of them don't really know what she's doing. Honestly, I wonder how many people they will be able to allow to vote today.
Wow. Thank you very much for bringing this. Thank you very much for bringing this to our notice, because Annex said they trained these people. The ad hoc staff, all of them were trained. If she doesn't know what she's doing, then maybe she needs more training, and maybe she shouldn't even be in the field on a day like this. Thank you very much, Mrs. Okoro. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's good that Nigerians are having to cast their votes. It feels like it's the elderly who have been able to cast their votes, because I mean INEC is pressing priority on senior citizens and older people to get them to cast their votes. People living with disability, priority. Love that. We love that. We love to see that. INEC has stood, has made some improvements from what it used to be. In the 2023 elections, we've seen some improvements, but then arriving at the polling units really late. Come on, it just makes everything, all of the plans and all of the, the good intentions of INEC, it just rubbishes it, because you should have been there early enough. What's the collaboration with INEC and the NURTW, that's the National Union of Road Transport Workers? What is that collaboration? Don't worry, so like I'll get you reports now from Kaduna State. We're going to be joined in by Morpheus again. All right, we'll get the governor of Kaduna State as he's about to vote. We're going to hear his comments on the electoral process. We'll link you up to that now. Okay, seems like we lost connection again. Let's see how we can reconnect and get the governor of Kaduna State as he casts his vote and his comments, or rather his comments on the electoral process. Earlier we got reports that he's in the queue. Same way we're seeing that the Kano State governor has also been on the queue trying to vote. It's a good thing, unlike what we used to have in the past.
But so far, very few incidents of electoral malpractice, and we are confident that this will sustain. And may Allah choose for this country the best leaders. And of course, in my view, my prayer is that Judge Bola Ahmed the next duba yadda ake gudanar da harkokin kada kuri'a a wannan wuri da kuma yadda ka sa mara wasanni a fadin jihar Kaduna. So duk da abin da muka yi a jihar Kaduna gaskiya alhamdulillah ba samu matsaloli ba sosai. Mun samu labarin cewa akwai kamfani mai shinkafa na wani ɗan majalisa da ya ke da aka kai mahari da Najeriya da shinkafa. Ana da ya gina cewa wani a yau a duk labaran da muka ji kawai wanda suka nuna damuwa shi ne a kudancin Kaduna an samu wasu da suka kwashe akwatin zaɓe da na'urar yin zaɓe, sannan a Soba an samu rahoton wasu da suka yi wani abu. Amma kamar yadda kowa ya sani yanzu zaɓe ya canza, da ka sace akwatin zaɓe ko ka sace na'urar zaɓe ba a jin zaɓe. Alhamdulillah INEC sun gyara shekara.
Hello?
Yes, Morpheus, we can hear you. Morpheus,
he's not addressing in English now. He's addressing them in media and WhatsApp.
Yes. What was the governor about to say? Has he been able to vote since he's been in the queue?
No. I told you the last time we spoke that you should expect him to be on this queue for a minimum of 2 hours. And since last time we spoke, it's pretty much the same thing. He has barely moved, but he's been very patient here on the queue, waiting for his turn. Even though the queue for the women, the female queue, has been moving, relatively faster compared to the male queue, but nonetheless, he's here, still waiting.
Well, INEC says there's going to be priority on senior citizens and the elderly. The governor is over 63 years old, about 63 years old. Shouldn't he be considered as one of the elderly and allowed to vote?
I believe this is a personal decision because the consideration is being made for the elderly as well as people with disabilities. So, him being on this queue right now, going by what I see and what I feel, I will insist to say it is his choice because other people, the elderly, have been given that due consideration to vote. Just as I'm talking to you right now, I can see a few women, elderly women, being conveyed to the front of the polling point.
Mafias, are you there? Mafias? Oh, seems like we'd have to re-establish connection with Mafias. You know what it is in Nigeria. Connection and connectivity can be a big issue. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Oh, it's still morning. Good morning to you.
Sir?
Good morning. Where are you calling us from?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I am Jibrin Bonde. I'm calling you from the area 2, unit 6 in Abuja.
Jibrin, good to have
Hello,
you.
sir.
Jibrin, go ahead. Tell us what's happening. You're calling from area 2. What's happening there?
The atmosphere is calm here. Then I am speaking with the party representative here, and I told them that they want to talk to you on the radio. You can speak with them.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. What's your name, please?
I say the election is going here smoothly, and the Unity area 2.
Yes. What are the party agents? What are their responses? Are they satisfied with the process, the way it's going?
Sir. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good morning. We can hear you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Are you satisfied with the process and the way it's going at that polling unit? What's the name of the polling unit, and are you satisfied with the way the process is going?
It's area 2, unit 6.
Unit 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, are you satisfied with the process as it's going on there?
The noise.
It's quite noisy on the background there. We'll hope to reconnect with Jibrin. But again, let's get back with Mafias, who's given us updates as to what's happening in Kaduna State, where the governor is in the queue, and he's said to be in that queue, or maybe in that queue for the next 2 hours. Let's hope that he's able to sustain that. Mafias.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear now.
Good. So you had mentioned that the governor may have made a personal decision to be in the queues, even though people in his age grade have been led to the front of the lines to be able to perform their civic responsibility. Do you think he would be able to hold on for that long? 2 hours is a long time for a 63-year-old man to be standing.
Well, another thing to consider is there are other people within his age range who are also on the queue.
Okay.
So that question now goes beyond just he as a person. You also have to look at and also consider the other people around his age, who are also on the same queue as well. Most of the people who have been given that special consideration, like I said, people with disability, definitely. Then the aged, but let's say those with like health challenges are the ones who have been really, taking forward to, instead of just keeping them on the queue. But around here, the governor, the people he's standing around, they look within the same age group. So, but like just to answer your question, he looks fit. He looks fit. So and one day's exercise shouldn't hurt that much.
But is the governor satisfied with the process and how it's going at that polling unit?
When we were speaking with him, one of the major things that he pointed out that he was bothered about the low voter turnout. That he expected to see a lot more people here to vote, but unfortunately, the numbers don't meet his expectations.
So he's going to be in the queue for give or take 2 hours, and he's still not satisfied with the number of people who have turned out to vote. That's quite interesting. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, because this particular unit is known for massive turnout.
Okay.
So what we're witnessing today compared to last year, last time 2019 and 2016 when I was here, the turnout was way better compared to now.
All right. Okay.
So I think again I understand where he's coming from.
All right. Thank you very much, Morpheus. We'll check in with you again, maybe before the end of the day, to see if the governor has been able to vote.
Yeah, we're about to leave here now. We want to go and see what's happening in other places.
All right, we'll still be checking in with you then. Thank you so much, Morpheus. Appreciate you.
That's
Morpheus, a roving correspondent from Kaduna State, bringing us up to speed with what's happening there. We've brought you reports from Niger, brought you reports from Kogi State, we brought you reports from Abia. We've also seen our correspondents across the FCT, bringing us updates as to what's happening across the country on election day like this. Where else would you rather be than a station like this that keeps you updated and informed and keeps you abreast of what's happening across the country? Join the conversation. Let us know what's happening around you. 09073530044 and 09087668888 and 09073530044 and 09087668888. Well, I can confirm to you now that the one of the presidential candidates in Anambra State, the presidential candidates, Peter Obi has just cast his vote in Agulu, Anambra State, and that's a confirmation. He was on the queue for quite a bit, waiting his turn until he got accredited and voted. Now he's speaking to pressmen. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Other numbers to call. You can also send us messages. Let's get to hear from you. Hello, good morning. All right, that one fell to the ground. 09073530044 and 09087668888. This is the Eagles FM election chat room. And what more do we know? More candidates have voted. We've seen about 3 of the candidates cast their votes in this election cycle. Well, the president cast his vote in Daura, and one of the things that has emerged from that is that the president may have, he has enjoyed immunity, but he may have breached one of the electoral laws, may have, is it okay to talk about it? Committed an electoral offense because the president showed Nigerians, who he voted for, or rather showed Nigerians his ballot paper after he had chosen a candidate or the party there. And Nigerians have been talking about that on social media. John is joining this conversation as well. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, the network is doing us a hard one this morning. But should the president have shown Nigerians his ballot paper? I don't know about that because I know that that's an offense. You shouldn't. No one should see. And also, we've gotten reports that some Nigerians still went to the polling booth with their phones, making videos and even taking pictures of the ballot paper. It's against the law. Those people should be prosecuted. Social media is there. If you're looking for those to apprehend, EFCC has been seen as a major actor in this election. Why don't we go ahead and find these people? It won't be so hard to track them. They have online footprints. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Ismail from Airport Road.
Ismail, thank you again.
You are tired.
Ismail, don't be tired. We're still talking about, that Lube axis, the government secondary school. You know what happened? What has happened? From the reports we've gotten across the various position, locations, is that the INEC officials seem to be transporting themselves there. And some of them are still waiting to sort out the materials at the INEC offices. So maybe you just exercise a little more patience, and they just might come around. I'm so sorry that Nigerians have to go through this. It's almost 12 p.m.
How soon will they be here now? Because you get 6:30 a.m. And this is 12 now.
It's really unfortunate.
No security
the people, no INEC staff, nobody is here. Even the election of governors, some came between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, they've all gone back. So we are here on our own, and we are more than 2,000 inside the school.
I can only imagine.
No go through, nothing, no hindrance with getting to this place. I think this is the best place they can even come to first before going to the other rural part of the FCT.
This is quite disheartening. This is quite disheartening.
It's accessible anytime.
Ismail.
Is this how we are going to remain here? We should continue to remain here.
I'm going to try to put a call across to some of the contacts I have in the FCT. I hope that they're able to respond or pick those calls, because you know how it is sometimes. They get really busy. They may not be able to take calls. Ismail, thank you very much. It's really unfortunate. It would be sad to hear or see that 2,000 people in the FCT are disenfranchised. It would really be unheard of. It would really be a sad tale to hear that 2,000 people, from his reports, unconfirmed, but he's one of those who's consistently called us since 8:30 or 9 o'clock this morning to give us updates as to what's happening at his polling unit. Imagine that 2,000 people are disenfranchised at one location. That would be really sad. That would be really, really sad. Let's see if we can put a call across to some of the INEC officials that we. Hello, good morning, Madam Agnes.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Madam Agnes. You're live on radio. It's really unfortunate I had to throw you on at this time because we've gotten several reports from the Lugbe axis. Lugbe Government Secondary School in Lugbe, we hear that about 2,000 voters are there without INEC presence. No one has been able to appear at that location. What could have been the reason for this?
I think it must have been logistics, but I received that message and I've escalated it, so I think something is being done right away. Something has been done right away. We're going to hold you to that. It's about 2 hours or 2 hours 30 minutes before the close of election. Are we getting any guarantee that something will be done to see that these people are not disenfranchised? Something will be done. We'll take your word for it. Thank you very much, Madam Agnes of the Voter Education and Publicity FCT. Thank you so much for your response to this inquiry. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. So you have it there. That's the head of Voter Education and Publicity saying and guaranteeing that, well, something would be done about it to see that these 2,000 people, about 2,000 people at the Government Secondary School, Lugbe Axis, are not disenfranchised. It would really, really break my heart to see or hear that at about 2 or 12 p.m., considering the fact that elections would be wrapped up in the next 2 hours, 30 minutes, that these people haven't seen INEC officials. Let's hold them to it. Let's hold them to account. Let's hope that, they'll be able to sort this out in no time and have everyone. Now, the thing is, so long as you're on the queue before 2:30 p.m., you should be able to vote, no matter when voting closes. So long as you are on the queue at 2:30 p.m., the officials should allow you vote. So if they get there now, they should be able to allow everyone, at that polling unit cast their vote. Thank you. Who's joining us? Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Amalad. I'm calling you from Idu.
Ahmed. Amaladan. Good to have you. Where you're calling from Idu?
Yeah, I'm calling you from Idu.
What's the situation there?
Yeah, actually, I'm not calling in respect of the situation that is close to me.
Okay.
But I really want to thumb you off for your effort. You're trying, and may God bless you for the effort we are making.
I appreciate you.
And apart from that, I want to call on the attention of the INEC, though this question is supposed to go to the INEC, but what if, like the other results that are coming in, that some of the polling units, the INEC officials are not there, but the securities are there. But the security are not making any effort to see that what was the issue or what was really the offense, the the problem that makes those official people to come to the polling unit on time. They should follow up. And also the INEC officials, if they are in position to do that, they should send a signal to the polling unit that, okay, this is the problem and we are on the way or we are not coming. And what if the Nigerians, those are the electorate, refuses that, yeah, they must cast their vote, and the government in one way or the other, or the officials, I don't know where the problem is, they are trying to like cast their vote or disenfranchise them. What if they protest about their disenfranchisement? What will happen? At least, and the time for the last time is coming. It's very soon. It's 2 hours now, less than 3 hours. The time will be so. At least something should be done before that time, so that everybody can be able to like cast his own vote peacefully. That's the contribution I want to make.
Thank you very much. Everyone should be able to cast their votes. Look, like my guest earlier said, these things shouldn't be this difficult. We're just going to choose people. It's just supposed to be a one-day thing. But somehow, this one-day process has become so much of a burden and a hustle. People should just be able to go out and vote, or even just sit at the comfort of their homes and cast their votes. Choosing a leader should not be that difficult. I don't know why it has to be like this, that Nigerians would have to stand in the sun and for some others in the rain just to cast their votes. We can get better, we can do better. We can actually do better. Really, it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be this difficult. It really should not be that difficult for Nigerians to, stand in the sun for hours. Some people have been there as early as 6:30 a.m. with the whole excitement and enthusiasm, feeling very excited to go and cast their ballots and choose their leaders, and then somehow they are unable to do that because INEC officials and the materials do not arrive on time. I don't know. For many months, we've been talking about this election. INEC has guaranteed, had said, elections would hold, and then, no Nigeria would be disenfranchised. Their plans in top gear, they made every arrangement and made every plan. By the way, I should say this, commend INEC. We should all commend INEC for ensuring that these elections hold on the day. No postponement. Yes, to all the naysayers and people like me, somehow at some point we're like, going by what we know about INEC, somehow there's just going to maybe last minute, maybe by 6 a.m. we'll not hear that elections have been postponed. But thank God the election held, even though it's not going as well as we planned or we hoped it would go. But somehow we should say thank you. We're grateful that the election held on a day like this. The president has kept to his words to a large extent, saying elections would hold and nothing is going to change that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Where are you calling us from?
My name is Favor. I'm calling from Karimu.
Favor from Karimu. Have you been able to vote, yes, Favor?
Yes, I'm going out to vote. That is morning. There is nobody there. You just see some police. They are moving around there. There is nobody. There is nothing like police unit.
What part of Karimu?
We are Karimu in Gede Palace, and we are different places. They will say that in this place you are going to vote. You go to that side. There is a place. They will say in this place you go to that place. There is nobody there. That's why we are not moving around.
There's nobody there in most parts of Karimu. No election INEC officials.
Yes.
I'm hoping that I know that they're listening. They're going to be taking up all of the areas where we're pointing out. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for bringing this to our notice. We'll also escalate that and see how INEC attends to this as quick as possible. All right?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Just exercise some patience. Nigerians, please be patient. I'm guessing that all of this too shall pass. This too shall pass. So, INEC says, in the last few years, voter turnout has been low. You record a high voter registration, and then at the end of the day, a few people vote. But it may not be the people. It may be as a result of INEC not being available. Tofa, good afternoon again. Thank you so much. Where are you at the moment?
All right. I'm calling right now from LEA Primary School, Chibiri in Kuje.
Chibiri in Kuje. What's the situation there? Are people voting there?
Sure. The situation here right now is quite ugly in the sense that their BVAS machines are not working, so accreditation has not taken place. voting has not taken place. People are just here waiting and believing that hopefully something will be done. I have one of the presiding officers here with me who wants to say something.
All right, let's speak to the presiding officer.
Yeah, see this one now. We have been trained this morning. The device is not working.
So what is the problem? Is it that the batteries are dead or you?
It's not battery. It's the device. It's not working. So when they on the device, they will take the mock voters. And it's only 2 names, mock voters, and it's only 2 names that is appearing on list.
Could it be that you were given the wrong beavers machines?
Maybe I think so, but we don't understand.
How did you get these machines? How did you get the beavers? At what points did you get them? Where did you get them?
We got it from the FCOs.
From the FCOs?
Posted down to this place, yes.
Have you been able to report this to them?
We told them we have been working on it since in the morning.
Since morning? It's past 12 o'clock. Do you think that they will be able to resolve this? I know that you are supposed to have a backup technician.
They will not be able to resolve it. They can't even cast their vote.
There's supposed to be a technician. There's supposed to be a technician that should be attached to your area. Have you reached out to the technicians? Those who are supposed to fix this.
You people reach out to
Have you reached out?
No.
You haven't been able to get to the technicians.
They haven't yet.
Okay. Please try as much as you can. Do you have their contacts? Please get to them so that they can come and fix this. It's not good that you have the beavers and they're not working.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We're also going to be escalating this. Tofa.
Hello.
Tofa.
Yeah,
Tofa, what's the name of that location again?
Okay, LEA Primary School, Chibiri, 001 polling unit.
Chibiri,
yes, LEA Primary School, Chibiri here in Kuji.
001
polling unit, LEA Primary School, Chibiri.
All right, I'm guessing that, they're getting this feedback. Thank you very much, Tofa. Appreciate you for the fantastic work you've been doing all day.
All right. Actually, this is past 12 noon, and for the fact that voting is here to commence here is actually uncalled for.
I mean, how are the people responding? How are the people responding to this? How are they feeling? What's the feelers there? What's the feeling there?
They are restless. They are just expecting, hoping that something will be done. And with the look of things, there's no hope that their machines will be rectified any moment soon.
That's really unfortunate. That's quite sad. Tofa, we'll talk to you again.
As soon as there's not two, all their machines are not working.
As soon as there's anything up new, just let us know, please. We'd love to keep up with that situation there. Thank you again. Okay, so that's one issue. That's another big problem. When you have a situation where things are not sorted out properly, this is what you get. Good afternoon, Ihana Prince. My name is Nnameka. I'm live in Masaka, Nasarawa State. I have voted my candidate of choice. I want you to call this number. She goes, yes, okay. Okay, I'm really sorry. I may not be able to reach out to them now. Let's hope that the next anchor, Danny, comes in, is able to get this done. Okay, that's from Enugu State. Let's see. Innocent has been at Apo Zone B and sends us.
I'm here with Dennis at the Apo Primary Healthcare Zone B polling unit. So, Mr. Dennis, please, what time did you people arrive here, and what's the challenge?
We arrived there after 11, but due to the transport, we never had bus that can convey our material to the primary healthcare center. But by God's grace, we're able to meet up with the police vehicle who help us to convey our material, who help us to convey the material to the polling unit. And from what I'm seeing here, this place is organized and there's no problem here. Everything is moving accordingly, because before we came down to this place, everywhere was arranged, number was given by individuals. So I think there's no problem here. Everything is moving well.
All right, thank you very much.
You see that most of the presiding officers have complained of logistics. Some had to transport themselves. So what is this big talk that INEC has been telling us about preparation and how logistics had been taken care of and how they paid and they have NURTW working with them and agreeing to ferry and distribute their materials, get transportation for even the personnel and all. What is that big talk? If the presiding officers and the ad hoc staff have to work so hard by themselves to transport themselves and electoral materials to the polling units, what is the big talk about? INEC has about over 300 billion naira as budget for this election. And then people have to, electoral officers have to move themselves to the polling unit. What does this say about INEC's level of preparedness? The chairman had said to us, INEC is fully prepared. We have everything on lock, transportation, logistics, and everything is taken care of. At this point, we still hear INEC officials complaining of, transportation and logistics. What kind of arrangement was made? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, good afternoon, rather.
Chris calling from Niger State.
This is who?
Chris Ogonu is calling from Niger State.
Chris from Niger. Chris, what's happening in Niger State?
Yeah, to my polling unit, everywhere is cool and calm. I just voted and I'm on my way home, going back later when they're done. Yeah.
What was your polling unit? What's your polling unit and how was the process there? How fast was it?
Yeah, it was a bit fast, but just that the machine was quite slow in verification. But apart from that, the number has been given out and we are patiently waiting. Those who haven't casted yet, they are patiently waiting. And I think everything is going cool.
How many minutes did it take you to vote? What was it like? How many minutes did it take you?
For me, after my verification, it didn't take me up to a minute. I'm done.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Chris, for this update, and we appreciate you. Hope that you're able to, ensure that your vote actually is protected. Thank you again.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. And well, I'm glad that many Nigerians have been able to cast the ballot. Daniel Wamboso is joining in the studio. Danny Sucre, you have voted. Tell me about it. How did it go?
Okay, so first off, you must give a big shout out to Nigerians. They're determined. They're determined. And everything I'll be saying here is between Army Estate Polling Unit 1, 2, and 3. The situation where I could drive around and saw things for myself. At 7 a.m., I was already at my own polling unit, which is Army Estate Polling Unit 1. And no official was there, but a policewoman was there. The first woman I got there was a policewoman on security duty. And then about 5 other, people too who came, who just sat there, waiting. And then I left to polling unit 2. The same thing to no police person, but about 3 people were there. Polling unit 3, about 4 people were there. Now this is it. When I left, prepared and not took my family to go there, the crowd had gone up. And then at the point I was there, they were at 174. So at that time, I was like 8:30 or 35 thereabout. At that time, there was no INEC official. So I left them and went to polling unit 2. As I was getting to polling unit 2, that was when INEC officials were just getting there and setting up. That's Army Estate polling unit 2. They got there and were setting up. Whilst they were setting up, people were not verifying their names because they came and they now pasted the list now. Before now, INEC has said that it was 24 hours before.
That's
voting.
my question.
That's when they will post this.
I went to my polling unit yesterday to verify to see that these the names were pasted, and they were not there. I drove around to other polling units that I knew, and there was nothing.
Yes.
INEC says 24 hours before election, the voter register should have been pasted at every polling unit so people will know, exactly what polling unit they're casting their votes. That didn't happen. They come this morning and then they start to paste those names and numbers.
Yes, and miss the crowd that is there already.
Taking up time, eating up from the time that people should have been using to vote.
They come late, first of all.
They arrived late.
My guys came, Imam said they came 2 hours late.
The people who are still waiting, the government secondary school in Lugbe and the places
they're already chanting. They're chanting already that they must vote.
So what's going to happen? I mean, in that polling unit, I hear there are over 2,000 people.
Yes.
In that location.
Yes.
What would it be if 2,000 people are disenfranchised? So in the last round of election in 2015 or 2019, we had a voter turnout of about 29 million people. In 2019, the same number, even though the voter register increased.
Yes.
And people have continued to say, oh, the voter participation, the voter apathy is a big thing. Could it be that Nigerians actually turn out to vote, to come out to vote on election day, but then when they're disenfranchised by INEC officials not being present at the location?
Now, let me tell you, for one, I can tell you that this year's election will have more turnout than any or than the last two elections that we've had. I can tell that comfortably. Now, going by what you said, it's possible that they come out to vote, and when they are disenfranchised, or when they discover that they are being pulled from one place to the other, they're not in one place, there's somebody who I get the courage and said, just take the pain, go. She said, I've been here, they turned me here, I went here, they're onto people not gonna ask, okay, what's your number? Let's check online and tell you exactly. When they checked, they found the place, just take a bike and went exactly to the place. Now the thing is, people are out. I can tell you for sure. Now my polling unit, for example, has 950 registered. So the time I was leaving, they'd given us numbers up to 400. If you do the maths, that's a bit above 40%. That's a bit above 40%. So that's a good number. And this is past 12. At the time I left, when I called it that I finished voting, I went to the guys who were sharing numbers and asked, how many have you given us so far? And they showed me they're giving out 400. And people will so between when I left and now, who knows who will come? Between there now and 2:30, who knows who will come? When they will stop admitting numbers is at 2:30. But to all those who are there now, according to what the INEC chairman said yesterday, they would be allowed to vote. They gave preferential treatment for the elderly, nursing and pregnant women, and the physically challenged, which they have been doing. And so it's where I am. It's going seamlessly. The people are out to stay with their vote. Now, I told you earlier that INEC said they were going to give the main beavers and a backup beavers, as well as a means of power for the machines. The 3 polling units I visited all had 1 beavers each. None of the beavers thumbprint worked. None. Is the facial one that they had to now use and snap. No one that I saw from when I got there till I left there, no one voter got accredited with the thumbprint. Yeah, we just spoke with Tofa, and at the LEA primary school in Chibiri, 001 polling unit, there is the beavers isn't working completely. The presiding officer says, oh, they turn it on and it shows them mock accreditation. So apparently there was a mix-up somewhere. Yes. Maybe they got the wrong machines. Maybe they got, someone, maybe it's an oversight. But then this is quite unfortunate. Nigerians are very enthusiastic about this. Nigerians are very excited to come out and vote. No one should disenfranchise them. For no reason should they be disenfranchised. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to hand you over to Daniel Waboso, Danny Sucre, to take over on the elections chat room. Danny, I hope that you have a smooth ride, and I hope that I'm able to vote. Looking at the time now, I would try to, perform my civic responsibility as a Nigerian, and I hope that you have a smooth run. All right.
President Goodluck Jonathan was a display of statesmanship in setting a precedent for us that has now made our people proud to be Nigerians wherever they are. With the support and cooperation he has given to the transition process, he has made it possible for us to show the world that despite the perceived tension in the land, we can be a united people, capable of doing what is right for our nation. Together, we cooperated to surprise the world that had come to expect only the worst from Nigeria. I hope this act of graciously accepting defeat by the outgoing president will become the standard of political conduct in our country. I would like to thank the millions of supporters who believed in us even when the cause seemed hopeless. I salute their resolve in waiting long hours in rain and hot sunshine to register and cast their votes and stay all night if necessary to protect and ensure their votes count and were counted. I thank those who tirelessly carried the campaign on the social media. At the same time, I thank our other countrymen and women who did not vote for us, but contributed to make our democratic culture truly competitive, strong, and definitive. I thank you all. Having just a few minutes ago sworn by the Holy Book, I intend to keep my oath and serve as president to all Nigerians. I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody. A few people have privately voiced fears that on coming back to office, I shall go after them. These fears are groundless. There will be no paying off old scores. The past is prologue. Our neighbors in the sub-Saharan region and our African brethren should rest assured that Nigeria, under our administration, will be ready to play any leadership role that Africa expects of it.